cigars in hand, never playing tame. Pour the whiskey, let it burn real slow. On the Real Smoke Podcast, the stories flow. Guess they're rolling with a spark in their eyes, talking life's truths and throwing lies. Laughter, crack, fire alive. Cuba to Kentucky, they always thrive. Real smoke rises in the air tonight. Whiskey's bold, they keep it tight. Stories spark like a flaming glow. Mick and Charles stealing the show.
Welcome to the Real Smoke Podcast with your hosts, Mick and Charles, the podcast that's all about real people, real cigars, and real smoke. Coming to you live from the Real Smoke Virtual Cigar Lounge, bringing you the best of cigars, whiskey, and times in between. This is more than just a podcast, it's a community of cigar lovers. So grab your favorite smoke, pour a drink, and join us as we dive into all things cigars, whiskey, and just having a damn good time. This is the Real Smoke Podcast.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 33 of the Real Smoke Podcast. We are your host. He's Mick, and I'm Charles. But before we get this stuff started, we really do need to thank some important people in our lives because we absolutely love them. Let's thank the Cigar Vault in Oakdale.
The Real Smoke Podcast is brought to you by the Cigar Vault Oakdale, your ultimate destination for premium cigars and unforgettable experiences. Whether you're a seasoned aficionado or just starting your cigar journey, they've got you covered. Find them on Instagram at Cigar Vault Oakdale or online at thecigarvault.com. Here's a treat for our listeners. Use promo code RealSmoke to save 10% on your next order. Let the Cigar Vault Oakdale unlock your next great cigar.
And thank you very much to the Cigar Vault in Oakdale, PA. We absolutely love everything that you do for us and appreciate you more than you'll ever know. What's up, Mick?
Not much, brother. Do you remember the night that huge storm rolled in and we had a hard time hearing you and you went on mute for like 30 minutes?
Yeah, it's actually going over again.
It's about to happen right now. So if I run inside, we'll deal with it. But no, man, awesome. Things are good. Things are good. How about you? Another week, man. Another exciting week.
Everything's going great over here. I mean, just another lovely day in paradise. Like I told you in the green room, this is my Friday. I took today off. This is my Saturday. I took today off. I'm taking tomorrow off. I'm taking the weekend off. I'm just enjoying life and saying, what's up? So speaking of saying what's up, let's say what's up to everybody who's in the chat tonight. Guys, if you're ready for an awesome show tonight, put in there that you're ready. Let us know where you're watching from. We would love to know it. So now that you've got storms rolling in, I'm not lying to you, not exaggerating. Every Thursday, it rains here. Jennifer's been keeping track every Thursday for 10 weeks in a row, or it's 11 weeks. It's rained here on a Thursday.
Holy shit. Wow.
And it's rain. We just had one of the craziest freaking storms come through again, and it's just now starting to lighten up.
Yeah, I don't know how long it's going to last here, but it's coming. There may be a chance I have to run for cover, but we'll figure it out. We adjust on the fly here at Real Smoke Podcast. That's what we do.
Well, we got a few I guess announcements to make, don't we?
We do.
Well, I will let you go ahead, and since it's your baby that gets it first, I'll let you talk about Meanwhile in Memphis.
Yeah, so we've had a lot of great brand owners and sponsors of Meanwhile in Memphis over the last the last 6-8 months that have jumped on for a show here and there, including tonight's guest, who has sponsored Meanwhile in Memphis. Here we are, about 10 months in, and we now have a permanent sponsor for that segment, Hayes Gray Cigars.
Ooh, Hayes Gray Cigars. Look at them. Look at them two
Exciting.
Awesome bearded brothers right there.
It seems
Super
like it was
excited for these guys. Yeah, I mean,
it seems meant to be.
Let's see. I think you could actually fit in with them.
I might be the lost triplet or the lost brother. I don't know. It's the
lost brother.
It's definitely meant to be, man. But no, we couldn't be happier, man. Just two great guys, and we've been in communication with them like for the last week, and they're as stoked as we are, man. It's gonna be a great relationship, and it's gonna be a good time, man. That's what we do here. So I'm excited. Thank you guys very much, and we're excited to get started.
Well, huge thanks to Hayes Gray for jumping out there with us, and already got your ad read ready, and we'll do that tonight when it's Meanwhile in Memphis. We also have someone who is currently part-timing as he's going to dual it this week. This week will be a dual sponsorship for the news. And then I think he may be taking it over. But we do have to say a big shout out to our brother over at 13 Knives, Robert Kortner, who is currently busy at the moment entertaining a friend. So, Robert, we're hoping you're having a fantastic evening. And let us know how it goes. But tonight's co-sponsor for our news section is going to be the one and the only Robert Kortner of 13 Knives. So we want to thank you, brother, for being able to do that, help us out, and we appreciate you. I'm not sure his picture is popping up when it's supposed to, but, oh well.
We'll get it figured out.
Yeah. I think internet's lagging everywhere.
Yeah, one of us is freezing up. Hopefully, it comes out a little better on the other side when it actually broadcasts. But yeah, a couple things I got. Two great mail calls. I got cigars in from Cigar Vault, our brothers, our title sponsor, Cigar Vault, in Oakdale. I got their selection's amazing. Check them out. Use the code RealSmoke. Get a discount at checkout. That was a hell of a lightning bolt. And I think we lost Charles. I may die during this podcast, but hey, we're going to keep it rolling. But shout out to them. We needed some cigars for some upcoming episodes. And we decided on some Tatuaje. And hey, you're back. How are you? You all right?
Gotta love storms, buddy.
I almost got hit by lightning while you were gone. But yeah, Cigar Vault, amazing selection. Use our discount code. Check those guys out. Best online selection. And we also did get in our 1,000 yard stare from Silent Hero. So we're pretty excited about that.
I got mine in today as well.
Awesome. And your box shipped out today and has our podcast t-shirt in it that I got for you. And a bunch of great cigars, including a few extras, man. So that should be there by Saturday or Monday, according to UPS. So keep an eye out for that too, brother.
Well, if it was coming through Postal Service, it may be here next month sometime.
That is.
Let's see. What do I got? I've been pushing for the last week and since the last podcast saying that we was going to be going live, not only on Facebook, YouTube, and Rumble, but we would be starting going live again from our brand new Real Smoke Live account. Well, that can happen or not. StreamYard allows you to stream from 3 platforms at one time. To be able to do it, to go to 4, it would cost $800 a year. So I'm pretty much going to ask everybody in here, what would you like us to stream from? Would you like us to use Instagram or Facebook? Or would you like us to alternate one week going from one to another? Let us know in the comments. But the idea of going from $200 a year platform that we're using right now to going up to over $800 a year, yeah, that ain't happening. We ain't that big. We ain't that fancy. And we would need a lot more Patreon. So if you want us to go to do all of it, everybody's got to become a Patreon. Let's do it.
Absolutely.
See, the last thing I've got real quick is starting, I'm hoping next week, possibly next week, we will be restarting Hatpalooza. We have one hat in so far. If you are a brand owner, a brand rep, or if for whiskey, cigars, or accessories, and you have a hat, if you would like it to help us out and be a part of our Hat Palooza. What it is you send us 2 hats. I'm going to wear one that day and around and in pictures and taking pictures and posting them and making sure we get your name out. But we're going to use the other one to give it away to one of our fans. So last time we had, I think, 14 weeks worth of hats that we gave away. So we're going to restart it. And we do have a hat already ready to be given out. And of course, it comes from Hayes Gray Cigars. So we're either going to do that one on next week's show or when we come back from my vacation. So we'll let everybody know. Really quickly, let's say hi to some people before we kick into all the things that are good tonight. Mitch is on here and says, what a beautiful evening. I think it's because he sees us. Greg's on here and he says, we're ready from Michigan. Hashtag TriStar Herf Crew. That's what I'm saying.
Hells yeah.
Liero Jeff says, we're ready from Des Moines, Iowa. Nice.
All right.
Mitch says, whoop, whoop, I'm ready in Tennessee.
Hells yeah.
Kickin' Wing says, ready in Florida. Ben is up in here. He says, what's up, boys? What's up, Ben?
What's
Man,
up,
I've seen you twice in a week.
I know what is going on. He's like a Sasquatch.
Yeah. I mean, everybody says they see him, but nobody ever really sees him.
Yeah.
Cigars with Angels is on here. He says, how's it going, fellas? It's going great.
Cheers, brother.
It's another lovely Thursday. Mitch is talking to Ben. Greg says, congrats to my brother of the Lee from Hayes Gray. Thanks, Hayes Gray, for stepping up. Yeah, huge thanks to Hayes. We love it. Rue and Pedro, awesome.
Amazing.
Mitch is talking to everybody tonight. By the way, if you're in the comments, make sure you're typing in the comments, hashtag RealSmoke. We will be giving away 2 $25 gift cards from the Cigar Vault, as well as a beard product from Beard Apothecary. So we do have those in. Let's see. Is it me or are they cutting in and out? Jordan, it could definitely be us cutting in and out just because, dear God, I don't know what's been happening. He's got a storm coming or about to come in. I've got one that's lingering. So who knows? Pedro's on here. He says, what's up, fellas? Thanks, guys. Appreciate you guys, man. We appreciate you. Trust me. All right, guys, make sure you do all the YouTube stuff. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit all the stuff. If you're on Facebook, it actually gives me a little thing on here that says somebody, Mateen Bay on Facebook, gave us a like. So do us a favor. If you're on Facebook, hit the like as well. Make sure you're in the comments posting hashtag RealSmoke.
Mateen, Mateen's been disappeared lately too. I haven't seen that guy forever. So yeah, what's up? What's up,
Mateen? Seen Mateen in forever, but Mateen, if you're on here watching, what's up, brother? It's good to see that you're still around. All right, so we need to get into the cigar that we're smoking. So I do have that information pulled up for you, but before that, let's talk to the sponsor of tonight's cigar.
Tonight's. Was that me?
Whoa. I don't know, but that lovely before I have no idea what's happening. Let's see. Anyways, Storm about kicked my butt, and I know it just about kicked your butt. So really quickly, let's go into tonight's cigar. Tonight's cigar is brought to you by Smoke Inn. Join the Smoke Inn Cigar of the Month Club and get 5 premium cigars delivered to your door every month. Discover hidden gems, classic favors, and exclusive blends selected just for you. Use code RSNEW to claim your free Smoke Inn Torch Lighter and Perfect Cutter. Guys, check it out, $34.95. Use the code, do the thing. These guys have some great cigars, and I will say this. We've had 2 months of their cigars already, and both months have been absolute bangers.
Huge, yeah.
I've actually enjoyed what we've gotten from them, quite a bit. So tonight's cigar, Mr. Mick, here you go.
Tonight's cigar from Cati Cigars, the PR49. Wrapper, Jesus, why don't you give me this one ahead of time? Jamastran Habano.
Jamastran.
Thank you. Binder, Honduran grown Connecticut. Filler, Honduran broadleaf, Esteli, and Jalapa. Price $11.38. And again, that's brought to you by Smoke Inn.
Good job.
That first
Hamastron.
word got me.
Hamastron.
Okay. Got it.
There you go. So that's the cigar that we're smoking tonight. So I think we may have had two different Vitolas. I think you're probably smoking the one that I smoked earlier today.
Correct. Robusto, I believe.
But before we get into bringing our guest on here, let's say hi to the sponsor of our guest tonight, and let's say hi to Destination Cigars.
Good morning, guys. This is Chuck with Destination Cigars. Just wanted to remind you this morning that coming up on June 27th, 28th, 29th, we'll be having a real estate event at the Sevierville location. And we're here at Cherokee's Casino in Cherokee, North Carolina. I may not be able to tell you how to be a winner here. I can tell you if you show up for our event, we're going to be offering 30% off regular box prices of all Drew estates. That's a winner. Y'all have a great day and look forward to seeing you.
All righty. So let's welcome our guest tonight. We have Mark with Cati Cigars on tonight. Let's say hi, everybody. What's up, Mark? You're on mute, brother.
Always on mute. It's probably the best way to be.
That's what my wife tells me.
Yeah, mine too.
Absolutely. Welcome aboard, man. We're super excited to finally have you on the show. I mean, you've sponsored a bunch of stuff for us. Fucking rain. All right, guys. I'll see you in a little bit here.
Well, while he goes and runs away and goes plays in the rain, like Mick said, you have sponsored quite a bit on our podcast over the last couple of months, and we have been able to get your cigars into the hands of a lot of people, and we've only heard good things about them. So we want to first thank you for doing that when you definitely didn't have to, but thanks so much for being able to put up some prizes for people to enjoy.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime y'all want some stuff, just holler. We'll make sure you've got it. You mentioned hats. We just started making hats, so if you need a few, we'll send them your way.
We would love to get you into the Hat Palooza contest. And like we said, what we do is, like I'm wearing the Real Smoke one, I wear that brand's hat around. I wear it on the show. But the big thing is we do an Instagram giveaway, and we try to give that hat to, someone on Instagram. That way they can take pictures with it, and that way it can help spread the word of the brand as well. So before we get started, I'm going to let you go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell everybody who you are, your brand, what brand you own, and then we'll go ahead and get into, the rest of the thing.
All right. Well, I'm Mark McClurkan, the owner of Cati Cigar Company. We're a little mom and pop company out of North Texas. And we actually just celebrated our first anniversary. So we're pretty excited about that.
Wow. So you're just celebrated the first year anniversary.
Yep. We released on June 1st last year.
Nice. Over the last few episodes, we've had quite a few guests on here that are celebrating either their first year or their second year. So I think that's pretty cool that we've been able to bring in a lot of brand new brand owners. So congratulations on 1 year. That 1 year couldn't have been the easiest year that you've had, but congratulations to it anyways.
It's been fun. Challenges or not, that's any business. And so the fact that we're still afloat after that first year, I'll take it.
100% on that one. So the way we like to do things is we always say we are the behind the music of the cigar world. So we like to get to know who you are, and not just about like when you got started. The number one question most people ask any brand owner is, how did you get into cigars? And they usually start at the end. Because I consider that the end, because, it's how did you start your brand? Okay. That's now. Let's talk about before. So where did you grow up? How did you grow up? What kind of kid were you?
Awful. That wasn't too bad. I just have a mouth that I couldn't keep shut. That it gets you in a little bit of trouble, but that's about it. I actually grew up just outside of Fort Worth, Texas.
So you're born and raised Texas then?
Actually, that's part of where our brand comes from. Cati is short for Come and Take It. And our family's been here and fought the Texas Revolution.
Oh, wow.
So it's just kind of a little nod to the family with everything we do in our branding. So definitely about as native Texan as you can get.
So your family has been in Texas since, I guess, before it was technically Texas?
Yep, since it was Mexico.
Oh, wow. That's insane. That's awesome. So, what part of Texas did you say that you were born in?
I was born just west of Fort Worth.
Okay. So what was it like growing up in Texas?
Well, it was a little bit of a mix of everything for me. I mean, Fort Worth to me is kind of big city, but we were far enough west that I got quite a bit of exposure to country life as well. I actually grew up running cattle. I was a licensed trapper and fur trader by the time I was 11.
Oh, wow.
And so I've done a little bit of everything. I went to school for animal science. I got my degree in that.
Where'd you go to school?
Tarleton State, little agriculture school south of us.
Okay. Looks like Mick is trying to join us back. He's in a frantic hurry. Calm down, Mick. It's okay. He sees himself. He's trying to make sure. We always have some kind of weird something that has to happen technically. Either I'm going out, he's going out, somebody's getting rained on, and I guess he's setting up in the spare bedroom. So was cigar something that you were exposed to growing up, or was that something that came later?
That actually started after I was already married. We took a trip to Honduras, and I'd had a cigar or two in college with some buddies, and they were usually just these most god-awful, whatever they could get a hold of, under-fermented trash. But when we were in Honduras, there was an old man rolling cigars by the ocean.
Oh, wow.
And my wife said, go ahead and get a few. So I thought, well, hell, we're at the beach, why not? Bought a few cigars, and after that, it just absolutely stuck. They were great Honduran tobacco. I don't know who he stole it from or where he got it, but it was really good, and he did a good job on the blend. So ever since then, I've been hooked.
Awesome.
That's been 26, 27 years, something like that.
That's what I was about to say. How long ago was that? So if you're just now celebrating, your first year of cigars, and it's been 27 years since you had that experience, what was the experience going on after you got back from the beach? You enjoyed, the cigars that you had there. So what did you start doing when you got back to the States? Did you start looking into more cigars, or did you kind of lay low a little bit?
I did start looking into more, and I just kind of slowly expanded what I wanted to smoke, where it was from, just experimented with like everybody else does. I mean, you don't know what you're going to like and what you're going to hate. So you smoke a little of everything.
So what was you smoking? What was you finding that you enjoyed? Where did you I guess first start out at? After you got rid of the trash cigars that you were smoking, what was the cigars that you were, leaning in on?
Really about, I want to say 7 years ago, I'd done mostly big brands because I didn't know any different, and that was mostly what was available by us. But about 7 years ago, I started a membership with a shop called Industrial Cigars out of Frisco.
That's the main place that sells your cigars, isn't it?
They're probably our biggest seller right now.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, right now they're our only one that has online sales. So that bumps things up a little bit. And they're very much focused on boutique cigars.
Okay.
And they're also one of the few shops I've run into that are huge on education.
That's nice.
So rather than just do cut and lights, they absolutely hate doing a cut and light. So they'll do educational events. And it's everything from a Cigars 101 to they've even done events where they'll bring in a cigar and they'll bring in every leaf that is in that cigar. and the brand owner will walk you through how he blended it. So it's been a great experience, and I was able to really sink my teeth into that process, and it made a huge difference. And finally, I'd started talking about starting my own brand with my wife. And
how did she take that?
Oh, she just kind of ignored me for about the first 4 years. And then I got laid off and was still talking about it. And she said, well, put up or shut up. And so here we are.
That's awesome. So what was if you're going into this boutique cigar shop, I guess, what was some of the cigars that you were leaning towards? What were you finding that was hitting your palate?
Honestly, my palate is all over the place. It depends on what kind of mood I'm in, what I've had for dinner, what I'm drinking. But I leaned a lot toward Principal cigars.
Okay, yeah.
Some in Cavalier, Osok.
Okay.
And of course, Atabay and Byron are some of their big brands. They carry it industrial, and those things are phenomenal. So a little bit of everything, honestly. I mean, I've smoked everything from heavy peppery Nicaraguans to super mild like the Atabay.
So what would you say is not your profile? Something, you may blend for it in the future because it's in somebody's profile, but what would you say is not your direct profile?
For me, I try not to smoke anything that's a pepper bomb.
I get that. Yeah.
I like the pepper, but for me, it needs to be more of a condiment than the main note.
Right. It needs to be an accent in the cigar. It doesn't need to be the cigar.
Absolutely.
I don't want to smoke it and it feel like or taste like I've been chewing, black peppercorn for an hour. I can't do that either. So you kind of, your wife told you to put up or shut up. So what was the process? Let's start. Did you come up with the cigar or the name, chicken or the egg?
We actually had the name before we had a cigar.
Cool.
And we did that because anything we wanted to start, we wanted to have associated with our family.
Right.
And so we wanted that little bit of a nod to come and take it from the Gonzales flag for the Texas Revolution. And as far as the cigar, Industrial actually helped us out with that too, because they knew so many brand owners through their educational stuff and through their purchases that they were able to connect us with Sebastian. And he said, yeah, come on down. So hopped on a plane and flew to Honduras.
So for anybody listening on here, if you guys know us, you know that we have a huge connection to Cavalier Cigars. Cavalier is, we're all, a lot of us are members of the TriStar Herf crew. Cavalier is their factory is making our cigar for the club, a Tennessee exclusive. So we have deep ties with Cavalier, Brian and Sebastian both. Was Cavalier or FCT, right?
Yep, FCT.
If was FCT the first brand or the first factory that you guys, decided to try to go to, or is it, did you try others?
We had talked to several factories, and the issues that we ran into were reliability and capacity. Okay. Either they wanted to keep that capacity for their bigger brands that were customers, or you've got some guy that's going to disappear to the beach more than he's at the factory, and you just can't count on the quality.
Gotcha.
So with FCT, we just have no quality issues, no tobacco issues. They take fantastic care of us, and they take fantastic care of our products.
You can't ask for much more than that.
No, you can't. And the other thing that was a big deal for us was being able to blend our own cigar. Yep. I didn't want to just go buy whatever they had laying around the factory. That's not how I want to do business. And so the fact that they would let us go down to the factory and blend our cigars was huge for us.
So Greg says on here, he says, what is the biggest challenge that you had starting out?
Well, the first big challenge we had was actually getting the right factory. I mean, that's a process, because you can contact 50 factories, and if they don't have capacity or they're not trustworthy, you're kind of screwed. But other than that, our biggest challenge was 3 months after we incorporated, COVID hit.
Yeah, I would say that would be a challenge.
Yeah, that shut everything down for almost 2 years. And so it took us almost 2 years just to get to the factory to start blending once we got started. We already had packaging designed. We had all kinds of stuff ready, but we didn't have a cigar.
Wow. Yeah, I remember it was probably, I don't know, 8-9 months ago when you had reached out to us, and you were like, hey, I want you to try our cigars. We like what you guys are doing, blah, blah, blah. And like I said, we've always been back and forth since then, man. And it's cool to see how much you've grown already, you know, just in the time we've known you. And it seems like you're on the right trajectory for sure.
Well, we hope so. I'm still pretty clueless, if you want to know the truth. I mean, there's so much to learn in the industry, much less about tobacco, and sales is not my thing. I am not a salesperson. I like to stay behind the scenes most of the time. Just do the work, keep my mouth shut, and go home at night. And so doing my own sales, that's been special. We'll put it that way.
I remember talking to you, and I said, you ended up giving me your phone number. It's like, it's a whole lot easier for me to talk to you this way. And it's like, okay. And I was like, is it yours, or who am I talking to? And he's like, no, if you're talking to anybody on any platform that we're on, you're talking to me. And it's like, he's a one-man army. This is going to be fun.
Oh, man. The only thing that I don't do are roll the cigars and the marketing, because I suck at marketing worse than I suck at sales. And so I do the social media and stuff like that, but designing packaging, no, that's one of those things that I'm going to let somebody else do that, because it's going to look like a gas station smoke that someone stole off a crackhead.
Meanwhile in Memphis.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So you tell us about the experience of meeting Sebastian. Did you meet Sebastian, or Sebastian and Brian both, or what was that first meeting like?
I had met Sebastian before at Industrial. He came in for an event, and I showed up early, and he just happened to be sitting around the lounge. So we spent a few hours talking and had a great time. And so when it came up to, hey, Sebastian has capacity because he just opened his factory, I was like, oh, hell yeah, I'm there.
Oh, yeah. I've never personally met Sebastian, but I've gotten to know Brian pretty well over the last couple of years because of Charles and TriStar Group. But both seem to be great guys, man. And they're just so passionate about what they do, which is obviously what you guys want as a brand owner. You know, you want to know that passion's there and it's not just selling something.
Absolutely. And I've actually only had a chance to meet Brian once for about 5 minutes.
Okay.
He's been a little, he's not out this way a whole lot that I know of. And I don't get out to the factory near as much as I would like to. So I haven't had a whole lot of time to spend with Brian, but seems like a fantastic guy.
Oh, yeah.
When you get a chance amazing to spend some time with him, you'll love him. He's a great guy. So tell us about the first meeting down there in Honduras. How did you guys go from, picking what cigars that you were going to use and go about blending them? How long did you stay down there?
I was down there a week, and he said, hey, I'm going to be here. Just come on down. And he was actually working on a collaboration with Edgar Hoyle of OSOC.
Okay.
And so it was extremely surreal We'll put it that way. I'm sitting at a table with Edgar Hoyle and Sebastian DeCoppet and the blender for the factory, and we're smoking every individual leaf, taking tons of notes on every leaf that's got a production quantity. And so it was, I was a little starstruck, to be perfectly honest. I'd known Edgar for quite a while, but to be in there actually blending with these guys was just unbelievable.
Absolutely. Yeah, we know that feeling, man. We've had the pleasure of meeting some great people through this show and, different events and stuff. And it's hard not to be like, we love this industry too, which is why we started this. And I get what you mean, man. It's it doesn't matter how many times you see somebody online or you talk to them or you kind of get to know them. When you actually meet them, you're like, fuck, I'm actually in this room with this guy, It's pretty cool.
So Jeff says, Mark, what is your favorite or ideal ring gauge cigar?
Ooh, that's tough. My favorite is probably about a 42. I like smaller ring gauges. I like a Petite Corona or a Lancero.
Okay. So you don't get into those like the 9x90s or the 10x100s?
Somebody gave me one of those a while back, and I felt like I was getting teabagged by Shaq, and so it was just a little overwhelming.
That's the line of the night right there. There's a clip.
Wow. I've never heard that one. And it does not sound like a favorable experience. Not for me anyway.
Yeah, it was a little stressful.
That's great. I think it's one Devi will have to take on there. He likes those bigger cigars.
He does.
And that's funny because I've got a 58 ring gauge in this cannon. Goes from 58 to a 48. But it smokes more like a 52 because we put that rounded cap on it.
Yep. That's
So
great.
I just I dodge the really big ring gauges. I'm just not a Gordo fan.
Yeah, me either.
But I love a Lancero just because you get that punch of flavor off that wrapper. That leaf ratio is so beautiful. Same thing with a Petite Corona for me.
I like a good Corona.
It does sound like you. I'm sorry. It does sound like you'll. When you do meet Brian, you guys will have a lot to talk about with the smaller ring gauges. Because I know when we had Brian Matola on the show, he told a story of he was smoking a Lancero at a pool. I think it was in Vegas or something, and some ladies were making fun of him, and because he was smoking a smaller ring gauge, and he actually left them try it. And he said he never got his damn cigar back because they loved it so much. But he always says those smaller ring gauges give you the better profile because of the ratio, of tobacco, and it really gives you that punch. So, I mean, for me, I have huge hands. I've said it 100 times. Like, it just doesn't feel right in my hand, but that smaller ring gauge. But everybody says I should do it. So maybe I should start venturing into that world a little bit.
Yeah, give it a shot. And if you can get something that's the same blend as one you like, but in a Lancero, smoke the two together and check out the difference. It's phenomenal.
Okay.
Well, me and Mick both enjoy like Blackbird's Rook. And for our celebration, our friends and family, they donated a box of Coronas. And when we tried the Corona version of that, it was a completely different cigar. And that has become my favorite Vitola to smoke that one in. And I never would have thought that it would have changed the cigar that much. So,
it's huge. It's absolutely huge.
Rob says, when you smoke an 80 or above, you gain a lot of respect for the women you've dated.
Do you, Rob? Do you really?
So, how you were in Honduras for a week? Did you decide on a blend there, or did you come back with a box full of goodies and have to, sit down and go, okay, what do I do now?
Well, we did come back with a box full of stuff to smoke just to see how it would age, but we pinned it down to 3 blends. And I do things a little weird, and it's probably it's one of those things that people tell me I'm doing it wrong, and I'm just so new that I don't care. And so what I make a point to do is work with people that are our customers or that want to be our customers. And we'll bring in, say, like the 3 blends that we had come up with. We'll take their guys, that 1 or 2 of their guys that have their best palate, and we'll smoke through all 3. And we'll say, okay, which one did you like best? And from there, we continue blending. We'll say, okay, well, this is the one that we got the best response off of. And we'll make the tweaks. Where are the holes? Does it need more strength? Is the balance a little bit off? Is it not complex enough? And so we start tweaking the blends from there.
So how long did it take you to realize that this blend here is the one that you were going to go with?
We were close to a year before we were confident that it was ready to go. And even then, I'm so strict on what I do with as far as quality goes that was even a challenge, because when our stuff comes in, I don't let it sit for a couple of weeks and then send it out. We've got Spanish cedar shelves, even in our distribution center, that are sanded every 6 months. And when the cigars come in, we let them sit another 2 months. So you've got 2 months post-roll aging and then 2 months in the distribution center.
Wow.
Then we start smoking 1 cigar of each vitola a week. And they don't go out till we say they're ready.
Wow. That's some love, man.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's impressive attention to detail, especially for someone who's just, I mean, it's like you knew what you wanted before you came into it. And you're like, I'm not settling for anything less. So that's I give you props for that, man. Absolutely. So when you came into it, when you first went there with a vision in your mind of what you wanted the cigar to be like, was it something that you wanted to start out with something middle of the road, like flavor? Like I'm not saying flavor profile wise, because yours does have a lot of transitions in flavor, but like some strength wise, did you want something that wasn't super strong, something that you could kind of appease most palates with, or how did that come about?
Well, that was the only thing we were pretty adamant on, was we wanted a medium stick that would appeal to the broadest audience. We wanted something that somebody new to cigars could smoke and enjoy, or even somebody that's been doing it as long as I have or longer. I didn't want to put myself in a niche and put out something heavy that 80% of people couldn't stand to smoke.
Makes sense.
And that's another reason that we really make sure that we include people other than me in our blends, because I can blend for myself all day long. It doesn't mean it's going to turn out worth a crap from a sales perspective. So having that extra input from people that are honestly don't have any investment in the company other than they're a customer that could replace us at any time, that's perfect. They're going to be your biggest critic. Is it going to sell here? Is it going to work for our customers? And it makes the process a little longer and a little more challenging, but at the same time, it makes it rewarding, because you can sit down and you can see that look on their face of, damn, you nailed it.
That's got to be a good feeling when you get not only a verbal affirmation, but that physical side. You can tell somebody is really enjoying it. So you said you started with testing out 3 different blends. Was it like the same guts, different wrapper, or was it the same wrapper, different guts? Was you trying to go something, I guess, light, medium in strength, and maybe a little bit bolder? What was your 3 blends like that you were trying to pick from?
Honestly, what we did is we ended up picking 6 different fillers that we wanted to work with. Binder, it was just pretty much Connecticut. You want that binder to be neutral. If anything, add a nice little bit of flavor to it on a full blend. And the wrapper, we were wide open there. So we had these 6 fillers, and we had them make us a dozen different samples. And so we smoked through all those samples and picked the top 3. We didn't have a specific wrapper in mind. I mean, it's going to be a little more tight process going forward, just because I'm learning, I'm growing. I know what we've got versus where the gaps are in the market. Like right now, I was hoping to have them today, but they'll probably be here tomorrow, is a new short smoke that we're working on.
All right.
And that one it's a 3-inch cannon.
Nice.
And it's a San Andres Maduro.
Okay. What ring gauge?
It goes from a 38 to a 34, if I remember right. I have to look.
Ooh,
at
that's
the
a little
specs on it.
smoke. That's one of those good little 30-minute smokes when you want something and you don't have much time.
Absolutely. And, everybody's been telling us, "Oh, do another blend, do another blend." Well, again, being new, I'm allowed to screw things up, and if I do, it's on me. So we're going with a dog walker.
Nice.
I feel like that's a good space in the market. People are consistently looking for those short smokes with a great flavor, and they're kind of hard to find.
So how are they going to come packaged? Are you doing like a tin, or are you doing a box, or?
We're probably going to do a cardstock box. I mean, we're still working through the designs on the packaging as we go through the blend.
Nice. So let's go ahead and let's talk about, I guess, the core line. You have the cigars that we are smoking tonight. So let's talk about that one.
All right. Well, like y'all mentioned earlier, it's Homastron Habano wrapper, Honduran Connecticut binder, Esteli, Jalapa, and a broadleaf in the filler. This particular blend worked out in the large size of cannon that we had made, and so that worked out really well. We're kind of letting our blends dictate what sizes we make.
Jordan says he's smoking the Cannon right now, and his wife is smoking the Robusto.
Awesome.
Very nice.
Yeah, this blend is actually named after my dad. PR49, Philip Ray, born in 1949.
Okay.
You just stole my next question. I love it. Keep her going, buddy. You're doing it, man. Let's go.
If you look at the band, it's got a pump jack on it. My dad was born in Burke Burnett, Texas.
Okay.
And there is nothing in Burke Burnett, but it was a boom town back in the day. So
Okay.
we drove up to Burke Burnett and took a picture of a pump jack out in the oil fields.
Very nice.
And that's where the element comes from on that band. We're working on another blend for my mom. That one's just going to take some time. It's going to be a full flavored Connecticut. So that's a little more touchy thing to make, just because Connecticut's so mild, but you don't want to overpower it.
Yeah.
I like how you said you're looking for a full flavored Connecticut.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the only Connecticut's I've ever loved was the ones that you could really get that flavor profile out of. And I mean, there's ones that are super bland coffee cigar that, you really, it's the only time you think it really matches with anything. That's not for me. I mean, I think I like a lot more stronger cigars most times, but I mean, a good stronger Connecticut. I've had some that have kicked me in the ass a few times. So that's pretty awesome. Before we go away from the band thing, I wanted to ask you about the double band. I think, to me, that's such a cool band, such a cool design. So like, where did that come from? Just something a little extra you wanted to throw in there, or was there a meaning behind it, or how'd that come about?
Well, it had a few aspects to it. We wanted to do something that was different to start. So if you can get it off, we've had a little issue with the glue in this particular paper, but if you can get that white band off, you'll see there's a QR code on the second band. And that QR code takes you to the blend page. If you go to that, you can actually not just learn about the blend, but it's got backstory on my dad, backstory on where he was born, why the pump jack's on the band, that kind of stuff. So it just gives a little bit of history on why it's named what it is. But it's for us, that second band was kind of like a little Easter egg. You know, you pull that first one off and you can scan that code and get something, learn about the cigar, get a little extra information.
I will say this is the first time I've been able to get the first band off without destroying it. But
that has been a
I will
challenge.
say the red band could just
Super
be a
cool.
solo band itself.
Yeah, it's so cool.
And I
love it.
love how shiny, how metallic it is.
Yeah, we wanted it to be something special and something you don't see on every cigar. So that was.
I remember the first time I smoked one of your cigars, I thought I was pulling off the whole red and white band, and I pull off the white one, and I'm like, well, holy shit. So it was just like an Easter egg, man. It absolutely hit me like that. And I'm a sucker for artistic side of things, and like that really hits. You know, it was just perfect, and definitely wanted to give you props for that, man.
Oh, we'll give my marketing guy props for that because that's
really
all
cool.
him. He did a fantastic
cool.
job. We were so happy with that, and we've actually already got the bands ready for the BB52, my mom's cigar. And
So is it still going to be the white and red like this one, or are you going different colors?
it's going to be white and green,
Okay.
and
Nice.
it's actually got the club on it that my folks used to go dancing at when they were kids. That's the foil element on
No
this
way.
next one. The Rocket Club in
that's
Fort
cool.
Worth.
Is that club still around?
It's a muffler shop.
Well,
But
okay.
it was a really cool old club. If you look back at the history of it, it was actually mob run, and
Really?
it had a retractable roof so that everybody could dance under the stars.
That's crazy.
So it's pretty cool, and we're going to put the history of all of that on the site once we get the blend up and going.
Well, that's cool. So what is you said you've got a new dog walker coming out. What's the name of it?
That one, we're only producing it in the small cannon, so we're just going to call it a Cañoncito Maduro.
Okay.
You know, for us, it's not
Which translates out to
little cannon.
okay.
Love it. Yeah, those small ones, man. It's like a lunch break cigar, a dog walker cigar, man. And you're right, people are looking for those. I mean, it's something that I know has taken off over the last couple of years for sure. Just in following a lot of these pages on Instagram, people really want that small lunch break cigar, you know, or just something they can squeeze into half an hour, 40 minutes, or whatever, and or less. I mean, some of the guys do less, but no, that's impressive, man. It's I'm sure that'll be a little banger. I'm excited to try that.
Yeah, we're excited to see where it goes. You know, it's hard to fit a whole lot of tobacco in a cigar that small. So to get that profile right, I mean, yeah, it's a short smoke, but we still want that complexity. We still want that richness. You know, if you got 30 minutes, you don't want to smoke a piece of paper out in the parking lot.
Yep, absolutely.
You want something you can really sink your teeth into and enjoy. You know, that's for most people, if they've got a break and they're out having a 20, 30-minute smoke, they need that break. And so we're hoping to make that as enjoyable as we can.
Definitely.
That's one thing that's been a benefit with FCT as well. They have fantastic tobacco, so that's going to make it a lot easier to work with.
So this little cannon, you said it's going to be shaped like the cannon that we're smoking now. Is it going to have the little pigtail at the end of it?
That's the plan.
So how did FCT react when you said, hey, you see this cigar? I want it a third of the size. Did they look at you and go, no?
No, they didn't even blink. We had to have the molds made. We're the only one that makes this vitola. You know, we actually created the vitola.
Okay.
And when I did that, I went ahead and scaled it down. So there are 3 different size molds we have. We have another one that's kind of between a Robusto and a Corona. And so that's when I say we're going to let the blends dictate the size. If the next one works out in that middle size, our next full line works out in the middle size, great. it works out in the bigger one, that's okay too. It's just a matter of what's the best cigar that we can produce. But as far as those molds go, they're all handmade molds. It's been a long process to get them made because when they make your sample molds, because it doesn't exist, they're making one cigar. They make a mold for a single cigar as a test. And it's just time consuming to make sure it's right and that it's going to burn right. And so you never know. When you're creating a new Vitola, is it going to smoke right, or is it going to be a steaming pile of crap and plug on you every time? And man, it worked. And I actually got the idea for it. Well, the proof of concept, I'll say, was gluing the entire seam of a pyramid, cutting the cap, and smoking it backwards.
Okay. Very interesting.
Well, since nothing existed that was like the Canon, there was nothing to smoke to say, okay, this is going to work or it's not. So that was the closest we could get, was smoking a pyramid backwards. And dang if it didn't work. So that's when I went ahead and called the factory and said, hey, let's get some molds made. Here are the specs.
That is awesome. I remember you telling me about the Canon before you had sent us some samples, and you're like, I really think you guys are going to like this, man. There's nothing like it. We're super excited about it. And when I first got it out of the box, I'm like, what am I looking at? Like, I wasn't sure which way to hold it, but no, it's I was impressed with how well it actually burned in the construction of it. I mean, I guess now that I know a little bit more coming out of that factory, it kind of makes sense, because they're not going to send something out and then the care you guys take, getting them ready. So it absolutely makes sense now. But looking at it at that point, I was like, huh? But now that's props to you guys. Something different. It's hard to do these days. That's impressive.
And there are a couple other aspects of it that before we even bothered to make the molds, I was looking at the physics of it. I mean, I've got, like I've mentioned before, I have kind of a weird background. I've done a little bit of everything. And so I wanted to factor in not just what it does from a burn perspective, but what does it do to the smoke?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so the fact that the smoke is coming in contact with more tobacco at the back of the cigar, it cools it off, acts like a heat sink in a computer. So it doesn't heat up on you. You can smoke it to a nub and it's not going to get hot and bitter because that smoke's coming through cool.
Makes sense. Definitely makes sense.
And since you're changing that ring gauge all the way back, it is a little bit backloaded, so it gets a little heavier as you smoke through. That way it doesn't get boring on your palate. And so there were a lot of benefits to doing this shape, and it's been something that's honestly has been a really exciting experience for us to come out with something new.
I don't know what this guy is smoking here, but and I don't know how to pronounce his name, so it's a DJ 9000. He's smoking the Psalmsus here live in New Zealand. So what's up in New Zealand? How's it going?
That is so cool.
And
yeah, I was just gonna say we've gotten so many comments from people in other countries lately. It's the coolest thing ever. It's like people are actually watching our show in other countries. So I guess we're doing a little something right. But hey, thanks for tuning in, man. I hope we're what a clusterfuck of a show tonight. I apologize to Mark and I apologize to everybody watching, because I did not expect to get dumped on like that. I thought it was going to be one of those little showers, and it turned out to be terrible, and I may have ruined my new computer. So good times. We'll see what happens.
Fun.
Yeah, we've got a storm rolling in through here, so I have missed half of this interview because mine completely cuts out, so I hear nothing. So it's like, I'm glad that we've all had this conversation before, so I know some of the holes in the story that I'm missing. But thanks for watching us in New Zealand. We appreciate that. So I may have missed it in the answers that my screen went black. And again, apologize to anybody who's watching this one. This one's been not on Mark's end of it. This has been a interesting ride for us because we usually have one good catastrophe that happens during the show. We've never had one that's just rolled the entire show through both of our computers. So it's awesome. It shows how professional we're set up. Anyways, so you've got the dog walker, the little cannon coming out, in a San Andreas Maduro. If that one ends up being something that is well received, are you looking at possibly adding that into a core and putting it out in bigger sizes, or do you think that's going to live its life as that size?
This particular one is going to live its life as that size, because once we translate into a bigger cigar, we're going to see if we can get even more complexity, keep it more interesting for the smoker, because it's easy to get when you're using 3 tobaccos. It's easy to get a little bit monotonous in the blend. And when you've got a cigar that small, all you're really going to get's wrapper, binder, and 1 filler, because it's just too small to do much else. Josephus
wants to know, any Candelas in the future?
That I have no idea. We really don't have a plan for one. But
what's your thoughts on Candelas?
It just depends on the blend. Man, I've smoked some that I really enjoyed, and I've smoked others that were more along the lines of yard clippings. And so, it just comes down to the blend. If we can find something that'll work in a Candela, I think that'd be a blast.
Absolutely. I think we'd all agree on that. I've had 2 or 3 that I like now at this point. I was scared of them forever. I really was, but I've had 2 or 3 of them now that I've really, truly enjoyed. But then I had one, I think I only ever had one other one. It was not great. So I know there's bad ones out there. I'm not going to say any brands or any names, but there's ones that you enjoy. There's ones you don't. Yard clippings. Yeah, I'm right with you, man. There's some that just don't hit my palate right at all.
Yeah. Some of it can be a little rough. It's, to me, it's kind of like Cameroon. It's just a little harder to blend with.
Now, that was my next on the, that was one of my next questions for you. So, or statements or questions, or I'll let you tell the story. The one night when you sponsored Meanwhile in Memphis, Presidente Eric won the giveaway. It was great. He had and you had reached out, I believe, and said, "Hey, I'm really close to him." After I sent you his address, would you mind me reaching out? So I hooked the 2 of you guys up, and you guys actually met up, right? And had a few cigars and hung out, and you hand delivered the press.
Yeah, that was a blast. I had a great night that night. Eric, thank you for coming out and meeting with me. It's one of those things where he's so close that I couldn't see paying to even mail it to him. I mean, it's 10 minutes from the house, and it just worked out beautifully. I've got a private membership at Industrial, so we were able to go back in the back and really sit down and visit and spend some time together. It was fantastic.
Man, that is amazing. I know he had messaged me too, and he's like, "Man, thanks for what you guys do, and thanks for like helping me meet up with somebody like Mark." And I mean, just bringing people together. I feel like that's the ultimate thing that we try to do since day one on the show. Just bring people together. It's what cigars do for all of us. I mean, we wouldn't be sitting here talking right now if that wasn't the case. So, just seeing the two of you guys get together and hang out for an evening, I mean, that really put a smile on my face, man. That definitely what we try to do here.
Oh, it was an awesome experience, and I hope we can do that again.
Absolutely.
So what's your plans now? You're 1 year in. You have a Connecticut that could be maybe end of year or next year. You have your little cannons coming out. You have any other plans for the rest of the year? What's your goals here on it for the rest of the year?
The rest of the year is road time. I mean, it's just a matter of trying to get our name out there, get people to try our cigars. That's actually more being a new brand. It's a big challenge to get people to take a chance on you.
So where all do you plan on going? Do you have kind of like a roadmap planned, or any certain states you plan on trying to hit, or are you going to try to cover Texas, and that could take forever in itself?
Well, as far as being on the road, we're mainly going to be staying in Texas, but man, we're open to any states. Fat Boy Cigars said they would carry us, and so we're going to be hopefully sending some out to them very shortly in Pennsylvania. We just picked up Safari in Omaha. So we're kind of all over the place. We got a little shop out in Alabama that we're working with already. So we're open to anything. I mean, anybody that wants to try our cigars and see if it's worth putting in their humidor, bring it. We're up for it.
Nice. You said that you're getting into doing hats and some other things like that. Are you trying to get into doing some merch, or is it something that's like, I'll just stick with the cigars?
It's mostly just swag for events. But at some point, we're probably going to add it to our website. It's just a lot of little stuff. You know, the hats I make in my garage. I mean, I do everything.
So you posted a picture or a video of a killer hat, and I think it had the oil rigger on the side of it. Am I remembering it right?
Yep.
Is that a hat that you're doing?
Yes,
because
absolutely.
you asked, you said, what do y'all think? And I'm like, that's the dopest hat I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, that one is definitely going to be one that we're going to do a fair number of. I have a whole box of different hats that we were trying just for quality and that kind of stuff. But that particular hat turned out fantastic. We absolutely love it. So we're going to make that for sure, and probably several others to go with it.
Yeah, that pump on the side of it. I mean, I think you showed from the front of it, and it's like, yeah, that's a good hat. And as soon as you showed the side of it, it's like, oh, okay. Yeah, that's... Let's see. DJ Jerks at 9000 says, got a picture of a hat. Do you have any of your hats that you can show? He's probably like, look at my head. It's right there.
Well, I do have one. Yeah, this one.
Very cool.
That's nice. I love that.
The leather patch style, right? That's nice.
Yeah.
That's the easiest one to run through my laser cutter. So that's what we're doing.
Okay.
So DJ also says, I hope you get Cigar Vault and 2 guys, so when I visit the States, I can grab 1 or 2. Even with the exchange rate, it's way cheaper in America than here to smoke.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard it's crazy there.
It'd be nice if our lovely people at the Cigar Vault gave y'all a try. That would be great.
We did send some to the Cigar Vault, and
nice. They
enjoyed them. And it's just one of those things where they got to decide if it fits their customer's profile, and they want to carry it.
So I don't know. I know that you've given a lot of prizes away, but I don't know how much of the shows you've watched. But towards the end of the interview, one thing that we like to do is ask hotbox questions. Our hotbox questions are 10 random questions. And no theme about them, just like to have some fun. It's something that some of them are interesting in nature and some of them are rather deep in nature. So would you be interested in playing some hotbox questions?
Fire away.
Awesome. So before we get into the hotbox questions, we do have to say hotbox questions are brought to you by Beard Apothecary.
Hey guys, listen up. Give your beard the VIP treatment it deserves with Beard Apothecary. They are a small business on a big mission, crafting top-tier beard care products made by hand in small batches for ultimate freshness and care. A healthy, well-groomed beard isn't just a look, it's a lifestyle. That's why they use only the finest premium butters and oils to deeply nourish your beard and skin. No more dryness, irritation, or those dreaded split ends. Your beard will be living its best life, soft, manageable, and downright irresistible. At Beard Apothecary, they believe in the power of natural ingredients and serious pampering. Why settle for basic when your beard can be freaking legendary? Check them out at beardapothecary.com or on Instagram at beard_apothecary. Your beard will thank you.
Huge thanks to everybody over at Beard Apothecary. Tanya is our favorite Aldi. Just have to say that. If you haven't tried Beard Apothecary, check them out. Everything's all natural, and Tanya makes it herself. It's something that Mick and I are both huge fans of. I'm happily wearing the Beard Apothecary shirt tonight. But they are also one of our giveaways for our prizes tonight. So huge thanks to Beard Apothecary. So, Mick, you like to start everybody off with your first question, so let her rip.
All right. Question number 1. What is your least favorite sound?
Ooh. Right now, probably an engine brake on a truck.
Okay.
Sitting out the other day, and guy did an engine brake outside and just nearly gave me a heart attack. So that's right now, that one is definitely
high on the list.
Yeah.
Living outside the Smoky Mountains, one of the worst things to hear at night is out of nowhere is that Jake brake when somebody's hitting that hill way too hard.
Oh, man. I was a little too close to that one, and if I had been any closer, I'd have needed new pants.
We've been coming down a mountain, coming back in from South Carolina, hitting the mountains in North Carolina, and just traveling along, going down this hill, and not realizing you've got a semi behind you, and he hits that Jake brake right behind you. It's about to send you off that mountain.
Yep.
Yeah, Josephus says, no Jake brake next 5 miles. You tell me somebody who actually listens to that, and yeah, I'll sell you some oceanfront property in Arizona. So question number 2, fill in the blank. For me, cigars are all about what?
Enjoyment. I mean, that's just it for me. It's when I have a cigar, I want to be able to stop and enjoy my time. I don't want to just blow through it and smoke it out of habit. You know, that's what brings me down at the end of the day. I'm still working a 9-to-5 job. I hit the house and it's cigar company from 5 o'clock to 10 o'clock at least every night, and then all weekend. So when I take that break and smoke one, I better enjoy it, especially with what cigars cost now. I mean, they're not cheap. This is not an inexpensive hobby.
I agree. No, enjoyment, great way to put it, man. It's you have to slow down and take those moments. So yeah, absolutely, 100%. All right, question number 3. Do you have a favorite musical band or artist?
Man, I'm kind of all over the map on music. I mean, I listen to everything, and so it's a little tough. But my go-tos are probably going to be like George Strait.
Okay.
Old school country. A lot of Waylon Jennings.
Yeah, just a little insight. I always use this for when I post show stuff. So I just need a couple, so that'll work. No problem.
Yeah, George Strait, Waylon Jennings. I listen to a lot of Creedence and Rolling Stones.
Nice.
Okay.
And if I'm in the mood, I might even fire up some Berlioz or Bizet.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
So it's 3 o'clock in the morning. You're going to the refrigerator. What's your favorite guilty pleasure?
Anything with brisket.
Man,
There's nothing like plucking a piece of cold sliced brisket you'd put up that afternoon. That's the perfect.
It's almost
snack.
it's almost like you're from Texas. It's weird.
Maybe.
I'm headed to Charleston in a couple of weeks, and there's a guy that from Texas that opened up a barbecue place, and it's nothing but Texas style brisket. It's over hickory and mesquite, and he just pulled off these huge dinosaur beef racks, and it's showing them, the meat on these bones is like this. And then Jennifer showed that to me, and she's like, "So how many nights a week are we going to eat there?" I was like, "You let me pick. I'm going to be there every day."
Man, it's addictive. It really is. I typically go with pecan and mesquite, but hey, hickory, that's hard to beat too.
Are you a post oak kind of guy?
Depends on what I'm cooking.
Okay.
Okay. That's awesome, man. Number 5, is cereal a soup?
No.
All right.
It's got entirely too much grain in it to be a good soup.
All right, I always try to sell it, but it's all right. I won't even try to sell it tonight. I usually say, it's nutrition in liquid, but it is what it is. It's I won't even try to sell it. I'm giving up on this question. I'm taking it out by next week. Fuck it. I'm done with it.
Hey, I mean, it is the one question that got this place shut down. So, I mean,
it might have been.
So question number 6, what is the one thing in your life that you're most proud of?
My family, honestly.
Nice.
I mean, I don't say that lightly. Love my company, love the fact that we came out with a cigar that people seem to love, but the fact that I have a daughter that has turned out outstanding, that I've been married 26 years and we're still as happy or happier than we were on the first day. That's it for me. I mean, it doesn't get any better.
Yeah, there's not much more you can ask for, man. Having that family, man, is definitely the core of everything we do. But all right, question number 7. If you could choose a superpower, what would it be and why?
I don't know if it'd be a superpower, but I'd like to be able to learn to sell, because I can't sell for shit.
I did not see that one coming, but okay. All right.
That would make this a whole lot easier if I was a great salesman. Just be able to convince people, hey, go ahead and put us in your humidor. We're good to go. No, it's
I can see it now. Dun, 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 super salesman.
I
Hello,
see a
Mr.
meme
Eskimo.
coming.
Would you like ice?
Love it.
All right. So question number 8. Since you've been in this for a year, I'm sure you've already had some ups, some downs. You've probably learned a whole hell of a lot that you didn't know you would learn. What's the biggest mistake you've made so far?
I would say not understanding more about the distribution process, because we started out with a couple of different distributors and it's been a challenge. Some of them were, super fantastic guys. I mean, just salt of the earth, but not having as much control over your product as you would like once it goes out. That's a little bit of a challenge. And so that's why we've brought all of our distribution in-house.
You're distributing all of your cigars yourself?
Absolutely.
Nice.
Wow.
So you literally do have your hands on all parts of it, except for sales and except for marketing.
Except for the marketing.
Wow.
That's it. Everything that goes out, the labels are printed in my office. It's boxed up in my distribution center by me or my wife. I mean, we do 100% of it other than the marketing.
Man, I love that you have your hands in every part of that, man. That's it tells how much you care about the product. I know I said that earlier, but it deserves repeating, man. That's impressive. I mean, that's something that shows how much you care about what you're putting out.
Well, it's kind of hard to let go of that stuff because you want to make sure it's done right.
Yeah.
But also, it's a challenge to find the right people to work with, and keeping it in-house, whether I'm doing it or whether I bring someone in to do it later, being able to say, okay, this is the right way to do it. This is how we can make sure our customers are satisfied. That's huge for me.
Oh yeah. I love it. All right. My last question of the night, question number 9. If you could have a cigar with any historical figure, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
Probably George Washington.
Okay.
because that man saw some serious shit.
No doubt.
No
And
joke.
to just learn what his driving forces were, what his inspirations were, how he got through the things that he endured, because he went through absolute hell. I mean, all those guys back then did. But to go from being basically not much to the first president of the United States, one of the founding fathers, that's just tremendous. To overthrow the most powerful nation in the world and take control of your own country, that's something.
Absolutely.
And he had the
That would be-
wherewithal to realize that, when everybody wanted him to be the next king, that they just fought to get away from that, and that he wasn't going to be that.
Absolutely.
That's understanding of what you fought for and what your country needs.
That is a special person right there. And so that, I've always just been fascinated with him. I've read a lot of his letters and a lot of his essays and things like that. And it's just, he's truly a hero in every regard.
Absolutely. I've read a lot on the Revolution as well, and George Washington specifically. But that would be a 2-cigar kind of night where you'd be like, I don't want this conversation to end, because where do you even start with something like that? It would just be amazing. So yeah, great answer. Great answer, man.
So my final question is, what is the best piece of advice that you have ever been given?
Don't stop. Just don't stop. I mean, we're all going to hit snags. We're all going to struggle. We're going to screw up continually. But if you stop, that's the end. You've always got potential as long as you keep moving.
Bravo.
Well said.
Bravo.
So a couple of questions that's been coming out there. JD says, sales is something you are born with, not something you learn. That's the one that learn are easy to pick out. I guess I can see that.
Yeah, that makes total sense.
Our brother over here, I know you're going to get so tired of me saying this, I'm going to call you DJ, because I do like to say DJ. Your distributor lets you down, it destroys your branding. Protect the brand. That's paramount. That's wise words right there.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And that's part of why we do things the way we do. Because if I'm going to produce the best cigar that I can make, we've got to have our crap together. And if you outsource something and they screw it up as a new brand, you're in trouble, because these shops will drop you in a heartbeat if they think you're not reliable.
Yeah, 100%. I know some of the conversations we've...
Yeah, go ahead. You're hitting it.
No, sorry. I was just going to say, I know some of the bigger brands that we've talked to over the last year that we've had on the show here, they also have a very hard time letting go of that process, because they want to hand in every piece of it, because they want to make sure. And I mean, just you saying that again it shows how much it means to you, and you have to have that hand in it if you wanted to continue with the trajectory you're on, the success you're having. So yeah, props to you, man. That's good stuff.
And that's also why we haven't just grabbed the first broker we could see and put them to work doing sales for us. Because if your broker screws up, it's just as bad as your distributor screwing up. And so I may not be a salesman, but if I can go in and sit down at a shop and have a conversation with the owner and get to know them and understand their needs and let them understand why we do what we do and how we're different, that's huge. And a lot of times when you've got somebody doing the work for you, they're not going to translate that. They're not going to get that out there. It's, hey, buy this.
Absolutely.
And that just doesn't work for us.
Well, we've said that before, and we said that in the green room when we were doing show prep with you. We've had guests on here that they are the ultimate salesman. That's we're trying to start a conversation, and they just want to talk about selling that cigar and where it should be. And then we got people on here that are literally storytellers, and they're on here to sell their cigars, but they're out here to be honest. They're out here to be truthful, and they're out here to be real. And that's the people that when we look into the comments or the comments that people leave post show when we're doing, videos and stuff later, that's the people that's getting the most attention, because you connect with people. If you can go sit down and if you can turn off the car salesman attitude and you can be real with people, people's going to connect with you better.
Absolutely.
So far, that's been our experience. These guys that have shops are so used to someone walking in that's just there to sell them a stick. They've got 5 brands to rep. So when you walk in as the owner and you say, look, I get it. You have a business to run. So do we. Here's our experience. Here's where we can fit into your life. Here's where we can help you with your customers. And here's who we really are. It's not just a face that's out there selling. It's us. I mean, when somebody buys one of our cigars, we've had our hands on it. We've done every part of that process to make sure that what they're getting is what they deserve.
Absolutely.
So, Mick, do you have any final questions that we haven't hit of yours?
I don't have any final questions. I think I'll throw it out there now. We're getting to that point. We always like to say, if there's anything you ever have coming up that you want to promote, get with us and we'll do what we can to get it out there for you. We appreciate everything you've done for us in the past, and we're glad that we can finally have you on and get to know you and really hang out and have these conversations and get to know more behind the brand than we already knew. And if you, like I said, if you want anything promoted, let us know. You want to tag us in stuff on Instagram or wherever, we'll gladly repost it for you on our stories and stuff. So, man, whatever we can do to get your name out there to people, we greatly appreciate what you're doing. I love that you have your hand in everything, man. And we're here for you, man. We want to help you out, and you're a great dude, and we love hearing your story, and we appreciate your time tonight, man.
Oh, thank you guys. I do appreciate it. You have no idea how much. This has been an experience for us, being new to this industry, and I've done a little of everything. I've been an analyst for years, taught myself programming, and I'm probably the only guy you'll ever meet that knocked up a rhino. And
wait, what?
Wait, you can go into that conversation, because we might be getting kicked off of YouTube and Instagram again.
No, well, with the degree in animal science, I've done a little bit of everything. I worked with wildlife and cattle, ran cattle for about 12 years, worked with wildlife even longer than that. And so we did artificial insemination at some private preserves. And so I've worked with cheetahs and rhinos and giraffes, you name it.
Wow. That's awesome.
It's been fun, and this next adventure with the cigars has been
Josephus,
absolutely.
Yeah, we're not doing a bonus question tonight.
No, that may be something that I'll let Mick ask in a private chat, just for the heck of it. But no, calm down.
I don't do gorillas. No gorillas. I did hunt Bigfoot.
So he answered the question. He answered the question.
There we go. We're good. We're good. We don't even need
the question's been answered. No. I'll let Mick send you that question later, and you'll be like, I got you. Cool.
Yeah. I'll get you later.
So cheetahs be out there be cheating. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So I will back up on what Mick said. It just by happenstance we ended up getting to talk to you. It's been a while. It's been a long while, and you were just someone who said, "Hey, just try what we have." And you weren't pushing to be on the podcast. You were just like, "Hey, I want you to try it, see what you think." And I will say I do enjoy the cigars, but just like what you were saying about sitting down in a lounge with the owner and having that cigar and being real, I enjoy the cigar a lot more talking to you and knowing your process through the cigar. So the experience, the level of experience that I'm having with it is a lot better. So I appreciate that one. I greatly appreciate. I lost count on how many giveaways that you help give out. So I'm speaking from everybody in the chat who have won something, because there's a few of them in here. But we all thank you for that one, and we appreciate it. So
absolutely. When y'all want to do more, just holler. We've got sticks, we've got swag. Fire away.
We will never ask you for it. So we will say it this way: you can reach out to us anytime and say, hey. You don't have to send them to us. We can just send you the name and you send it. You just say, hey, I've got 2 packs, or I've got 1 pack, or I've got whatever on your next show or whatever show. If you want to give it out, and we'll do it that way. But we pride ourselves we pride ourselves in saying we're not going to ask you for cigars. We're not going to ask you for anything, because there are too many people out here that are literally looking just to ask for cigars.
Yeah,
and from the brand owners that we know, the stories that we hear is just, Joe Blow just saying, "Hey, give me free cigars."
Yeah,
and that ain't right.
We buy it.
Honestly, guys, fire up 3 or 4 more. We don't care. We'll send it your way. Just tell us when you want to do it, and I've already got packs ready for you if you need them.
That'll work. We appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
So this part is all you. Let everybody out here know anything that we didn't touch on. If there's stories that you have that you were wanting to say, or there was things that you were wanting to talk about with the cigar, this is your chance to tell everybody about it. If you want them to know how to reach you, where to buy your cigars. I know you're distributing them. You just don't retail them. Let everybody know how to find them, how to get them, what they can do to help get your cigars in their lounges. Anything that you want people to know, brother, the floor is yours.
All right. Well, we are expanding. So if you've got a lounge, shoot me a message on Instagram. It's probably the easiest way to get me, or you can email me at info@caticigarco.com. Let me know what lounges you want to see us in. We don't know who to reach out to, because we aren't part of PCA yet, just because that's a small fortune. And so we're just kind of flying by the seat of our pants. If you guys have somewhere you want to see us, let us know. And if you've got a shop that you really think needs to carry our stuff, talk to them. Tell them, hey, try these guys out. We would love the referrals.
And guys, yeah, if you guys, everybody in here has a shop that they like to go to, and they've got even online shops that they're friends with. If you guys know the owners of these things, or these places, let them know, hey, get their information. Hey, I've got somebody who makes some great cigars. Hayes says, do this, and we are a proud member of the TPA. Join the TPA. Mick likes to say they are the NRA for the cigar industry. So join the TPA. They'll help promote your name and get your name out there. Every Wednesday, they have a Zoom meeting where a lot of other brand owners and people in the industry are getting together. They're working on getting their next, their first, I guess, meeting, like a PCA kind of deal. But look into joining the TPA. It's very cost efficient, and they do a lot for the industry. So check them out as well.
Absolutely. They're actually on our list. We've been looking at TPA, BCA, and a couple of others, and TPA is definitely on the top of our list.
It's awesome. One that I would that me and Mick would both highly suggest.
They're doing all the right things for the right reasons for the industry that we love. I think it's the best way to put it. So it's definitely worth getting into.
That's good to know. I'm so new to all this that I don't even have a lot of contacts. I mean, we went from literally nothing to owning a cigar company. So the learning curve is tremendous. Any help anyone wants any recommendations y'all have, hey, I'm all ears.
We do have a few brothers in here in the comments that own cigar brands. Guys, if you are one of those cigar brand owners or one of those lounge owners and you've got some words of wisdom that you can shoot Mark's way, check him out. slide up in his DMs, give him some tips and some information or anything that he could do to help get his name out there, because what you guys were going through, he's going through now. So he would probably greatly appreciate it. So our brothers in the industry, hit him up.
Please, we would appreciate it.
Yeah, it's the best thing about our industry, man. The cigar industry. I mean, everybody wants to help each other. It's not much competition, and that's what Charles said about we said about doing this. We don't want to be in competition with other cigar podcasts. We just want to meet good people, connect good people, and enjoy ourselves along the way, and kind of gives us that break during the week that we all need. So, but yeah, there you go. Hayes Griff. Says hit him up anytime.
Mark.
Awesome.
Hayes Griff is our newest sponsor for the podcast. They are the official Meanwhile in Memphis sponsor. So I'm not sure if this is Rue or Pedro, but either one of them, both of them are great guys. Hit them up if you've got any questions. They're amazing guys to talk to, and they'll be on in a month, I believe.
Oh yeah, almost exactly a month.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to reach out to them.
Awesome.
All right, man. I will say, thanks so much for being on here. It's cool to have a connection because the people that are making your cigars are great friends of ours. We have a lot of trust and faith and love and friendship in those people, and to know that you are a part of that legacy that they're building and building your own legacy, that's a really cool kind of part that we can share together. So I appreciate that one. I appreciate you taking the time to jump on here, all the help and love and support that you've given us over the last few months. Again, anytime that you want to jump on, let us know. When you're posting something on Instagram, if you collab with us, we will definitely make sure that it gets posted on there, because then it will cross post on both of our platforms. That way it's getting double the eyes on theirs. So if it's something that you're interested in, make sure you do that.
Perfect. I appreciate it.
And when you get your hats in, join in on the Hat Palooza. That would be really cool.
I got hats because I've got the hat press sitting about 3 feet from me, and I make everything myself.
Dang.
All of our swag is here in my garage.
Okay.
The man has his hands literally in everything. That's awesome.
Love it.
Well, thanks so much, man. Again, keep in touch with us. Let's do this again. And if you got any questions for us later on down the road, hit us up. We're always there for you, man.
All right, will do.
Appreciate you, bro.
All right.
Really do.
Thanks so much for joining us. We'll talk to you next time.
Sounds good. Y'all have a good one.
You too, man.
You too,
Good night.
Night.
And just like that, interview number 33 is in the books.
33.
And another great one. I'm always impressed with the talent that we get on here. It doesn't matter if they've been in, we've had people in the industry for 10 years. We've had people in the industry just celebrating literally this month, I guess, a year. So,
yeah.
But the talent that's behind all that is amazing.
Even beyond talent, it's the drive that someone like him has. He's working a 9-to-5 job. He's coming home and making fucking hats. He has his hand in cigars. He won't let one leave without him fucking making sure that they're rested for the right amount of time and packaged correctly. Like, I mean, come on. Like, that's some drive, man. That's
not
impressive.
Only drive, that's passion.
Yeah, both. Yeah,
Because
absolutely. 100%.
I know how you feel when you get off of doing an 8, 10, 12-hour day or doing doubles. I mean, I've talked to you after you've pulled a double and you pulled a double, and then all shit's going down, and you're like, dude, we got a podcast tomorrow. It's like, I know. And you jump on here and you're you. Or you've had some issues and you jump on here, and during the green room, I'm looking in your eyes, and you're like, you look defeated. But the moment the camera's on, you're like, hey man, I'm Mick, let's go. And it's a passion that this industry has, and we're a part of the industry. We might not be rolling cigars, we might not be selling cigars, but we're talking and sharing the Lord's work when it comes to cigars.
Absolutely. So I love it. Bravo. Yeah, man. No, I appreciate that. Yeah, you're right. I've seen it with you too, man. I know we both had hard weeks, and we hop on here and we do our thing, man. So we're definitely passionate about it, and I hope it shines through on both sides. So I appreciate you and what we're trying to do here, man.
Guys, really quickly, we do have a cigar review to do here shortly, and then we do have our prize to give away. Again, we do have 2 gift cards from Cigar Vault. Mick will go over the new rules for the Cigar Vault, but we do have 2 of those to give away, and we do have some beard product from Beard Apothecary, so that will be coming in shortly. Make sure that you are typing in the comments, whether you are on Facebook, Rumble, or YouTube. Type in hashtag RealSmoke, and we will be drawing those here shortly. But again, great interview. And from, I will say this, it took trust from him into us to say not only, hey, I don't want anything from you, but hey, try the cigars. And for us not to say, hey, these are the best things in the world. We said they were good. And then he trusted us to take care of his baby and give them out to other people. There's not a lot of brands that would do that. And so the trust that we got from him was pretty great.
Yeah, it might be a little behind the scenes, but when he first sent us cigars, he said he didn't want us to review them and like post them or do anything like that. He said, message me back and let me know what you think. You know what I mean? And that's cool. Like, he wanted to know our opinion, and he eventually wanted to be on the show, but he always supported us. And it's not like he came at us and said, hey, these are rolled by people you know. You know what I mean? Like, he just wanted us to try his cigars, his blend. And yeah, it takes a lot of faith in what he's putting out, and he knows what he has his hands on. So it's impressive.
DJ Drip 9000 says, if I win, double it and give it to the next guy. I'll make you a deal. If you win the Cigar Vault and the Beard Apothecary, I'll give it to the same person. But I will not give 2, and we'll go over those rules in a minute. Will not give 2 Cigar Vault items to the same person. But man, that is great of you, gracious of you. Thank you so much.
We could hold it till you come to the United States. That would work too.
Okay, DJ, I gotta ask. You're in New Zealand. What time is it there?
It's got to be some crazy time, don't it?
And what do we have to do to get you to spread the Real Smoke gospel to the great people of New Zealand? That way we get more New Zealanders, or I guess it would be New Zealanders. He
probably just stopped watching. That's not what they're called.
No, he's like, I hate you now. I will never watch you again. He says it's 1342. And as somebody who works in the government industry, Mick, help us out. What is 1342? Is it 1:42 in the morning?
Yes, sir. Oh, no, 1:42 would be in the afternoon. So it's probably Wednesday.
So it's Wednesday?
Yeah, it's Wednesday. Wait, what? Thursday? It's Friday. It's Friday at 1:42 p.m., I think. Friday at 1:42 p.m. Let's see if I'm right. Is it fucking raining again? Jesus mighty. Why?
Josephus says Kiwis. He says it is Friday at 1:42 p.m. Nice.
Hell yeah.
Well, DJ, do us a favor and see if you can get more people watching us where you live. That would be awesome. We love hearing that. And we've got to figure out, we need to get him some stickers. I know it would probably be a big clusterfuck trying to send it to him, but we need to get him some stickers. That way he can give them out to some people.
DJ, send me your address on the pod page, and I will see what I can do. I'll mail some legal documents. I heard that's how you get shit shipped. So I'll mail some legal documents to you.
And he's not asking for a marriage or divorce from you. Just letting you know. All right, bud. So I don't know if this makes me nervous or not, but I just happened to look in the green room, and we still have somebody in the green room, and we're about to do a review. So
bring him on. Bring him on, and let's do the review live.
Nope, not doing that. Not doing that because I won't do it. But I will say, after we do a review, he'd be like, "Screw these guys! I ain't ever talking to them again." Or it could be all right, so we do need to get into a cigar review, and that cigar review is being rained on by Mick with all the lightning in the background. So we'll try to make this fast. So Mickey doesn't melt. Is Mickey gonna melt?
I'll be all right. I'm tucked in the corner now.
You're tucked in the corner. So I'm gonna go ahead and put on this overlay, and I'm gonna go ahead and read this one. But tonight's cigar review is brought to you by Cigar Army. The Cigar Army and Sanja's Smoke Shop is teaming up to present Christmas in July, a Toys for Tot event. This event is happening Saturday, July 26th at Sanja's Smoke Shop from 2 p.m. to 7. Your $100 ticket will get your hands on some premium cigars, catered food, and soft drinks. This is also a BYOB event, so feel free to bring your favorite bottle. The best part about this is proceeds go directly to Toys for Tots and their incredible programs that are helping kids in need. There will be raffles, swag for purchase, a 50-50 drawing, and more. It will be a great way to enjoy a summer day, connect with the community, and make a real difference. Mark your calendars for Saturday, July 26th. Come out, light up, and give back. Huge thanks to Cigar Army for everything that you guys do for us and all your support and love that you show to us, because we are doing our best to show it back to you. So, Mick, are you ready to give us a soaky, soggy cigar review?
I sure am. Before I go into that, Cigar Army, I'm sorry I didn't post my picture of my patch yet. I was drunk all last weekend for the wife's birthday. Not a great excuse. Charles has his out here, but hey, hang on. I had mine out here before I got rained out the first time and had to go inside. So, boys, you know we love you. Amazing patch. And if you haven't bought your fucking patch yet, go buy it. Honestly, supports a great cause and it's an amazing patch.
Listen, challenge for everybody on the Real Smoke Podcast listening crew out here. I want you to go to Cigar Army Instagram page. I want everybody to purchase a patch. I want to see Real Smoke stickers in the comments or on Instagram and Facebook. I want to see the patch with it. See if you can go do this. I want to see how many of them we can get. And if you've already bought one, go ahead and put it in the comments that you have already bought your Cigar Army, proud supporter of the Toys for Tots.
Oh yeah.
Wait,
bravo.
Mark says, since you ain't going to put my ass back on camera, I'm just going to comment to you. He says, you guys aren't going to hurt my feelings at all. I can't get better if I don't know where I need to improve. Fire away.
All right. So I guess I get to go first. And it seems like I'm prefacing everything tonight, but let me preface this too. I got chased off by the rain. My cigar went out. It got damp, slightly rained on. I relit it. And it was still solid, man. And I've had your cigars before, Mark. I know, but I wish I would have rated it before. I need to start taking a note from Charles. I say this every fucking week. I need to start doing them ahead of time when the weather's nice, not sitting out here in the rain and screwing up my evening. So I will start with the pre-light aroma and taste. I got for aroma from the body, I got light hay, barnyard, a natural tobacco sweetness. Aroma from the foot, I got hay, some nuttiness, and also a little bit of sweetness. Taste from the cold draw, again, nuttiness, light hay, touch of barnyard. First third notes, I got light earthiness. I got roasted almonds, a little bit of cinnamon. It was bready. And there was a touch of molasses sweetness in there. Retro, light black pepper, and toast. Second third, I got light earth, natural sweetness, again, smoked almonds. Still bready, baking spices. Retro was light black pepper and maybe a touch of toast in there. Always had that breadiness to it, which I liked. Final third notes, I got earthy, baking spices, smoked almonds, touch of cocoa. And in the final third, again, I got that toast and retro light black pepper. Pre-light experience, I gave it a 17 out of 20. Flavor enjoyment, I gave it 13 out of 15. Construction characteristics, I gave it a 27 out of 30. Smoke production, final thoughts, I gave it a 30 out of 35. Total of an 87. I will say I need to. I've usually smoked these with lighter drinks. Tonight I went with straight rum, which I think actually may have brought the score down by 1 or 2, because I think it overpowered what I was smoking, and it got fucking rained on. So I don't know. I still think it's a great score. Congrats, Mark. I think it was a great stick. I just think I paired it wrong, and then the rain killed it. So that's where I'm at.
All righty. So an 87 from Mick. My review: aroma off the body, tobacco barnyard. Aroma off the foot, tobacco plum. Little funk, good funk, but a little funk. Taste off the cold draw, plum, dried fruit. First third, On the light, woody, earthy. Retro is earthy, slight black pepper, and baking spice. Into the first, notes up front are earth, slight pepper, and nuts. Retro brings cinnamon, baking spice, earth, and a cream sweetness. Draw is good, slightly loose. Burn is fantastic. Smoke is thick and flavorful. Ash stacks dimes and is tight. Medium finish, slightly sweet. Strength is about a medium. Second, third notes. Into the second, I get earth, cream, almond, and a savory note. The retro is white pepper, cedar sweetness, baking spice, and cinnamon. Draw is still the same. Burn is razor sharp, and ash is tight and holds through each third. Smoke is chewy, and the finish is clean, medium plus in strength. Final third, the final third notes bring coffee, almond, and a slight fruit sweetness. Retro is sweet cream, coffee, cinnamon, and baking spice. Burn and draw and ash still the same, all fantastic. Smoke is thick and full, and the finish leaves a sweet note. Sweet note that I enjoyed. Strength is a medium plus. The pre-lot experience, 18 out of 20. Flavor enjoyment, of 14 out of 15. Smoking, construction, and characteristics. Construction's a 9 out of 10. Draw a 9 out of 10. Burn a 9 out of 10. Smoke texture, gave it an excellent overall experience. Gave it an 18 out of 20. Would I smoke it again? I'm definitely going to add this into my rotation. So it gives mine out of 100, it gives it a 90. So you take Mick's 87, mine 90, and you average those together, it gets an 88.5, which we always round up. So Real Smoke Podcast gives this cigar a 89 total for its review. So congratulations. Good job. And I probably don't need to do this, but I'm going to.
I will say that was the closest we've ever described the flavor profiles we've ever gotten from a cigar. And the construction was immaculate, even for sitting out in the damn dampness and rain for that long. I seriously think mine would have been usually an 88 or 89 at least. So, nah, man, great cigar. Enjoyed it thoroughly. Thoughts?
That is fantastic for us. I mean, that's I appreciate the feedback, and anything you think we can do better, let's do it. Let's see how high we can get that bitch on the next blend.
Oh yeah. No, I think
I absolutely enjoy the cigar. This is it is so well rounded. It's not overly complex, but it's complex enough that you can sit back, prop your feet up, and enjoy the nuances. And when you think that you're done with a third, the next third gives you at least something different. It's not a roller coaster ride that gives you a lot of loops, but it gives you a lot of ups and downs. And that's what we look for in cigars, is that it's not a merry-go-round. It doesn't stay right there, but we do want it to have peaks and valleys. And this one definitely has peaks and valleys. So I enjoyed this one a lot.
Man, for a first blend, that's what we want to hear. I mean, as new as we are, all we want to do is get better. So to score that high on a first blend, I'm absolutely thrilled. Thank you, gentlemen.
Well, we're glad that you did. We're glad that you're not like, you guys suck.
No,
I think it's a great stick. And Charles described it perfectly. I'm not even going to try to add to that. We're excited to see what you do in the future. Both of us love a stronger cigar. It doesn't play into our scoring really, but I think I personally paired it wrong by going with a fucking 90 proof rum tonight, which kind of overpowered it a little bit. But I honestly think it's right there in that 90 range for sure, which is absolutely a great score. And we're really happy with what you put out, man. It was a very enjoyable stick.
Thank you. I appreciate that very much.
Once again, man, thanks so much and we will say that he did send us these cigars, so we will be transparent about this one. He did send us these cigars, and we are so glad he did, because we're glad that we had the chance to smoke them. So thanks for that one, and thanks for all that you're doing.
Thanks, guys.
All
Y'all
right,
have a
great
good
night,
one.
man. See you, buddy.
Take care, bud. See you.
Yeah, no pressure. The owner was right there. But
he wasn't leaving. He wasn't leaving.
He wasn't leaving. He was not. Joe Steven says, I like when the owners watch this part. Adds a little pressure on the host. So, yeah, as I'm reading mine, I'm glancing up just to see if I'm getting like a kind of look on his face. So, yeah.
I am stoked, though, man. You obviously have the better palate between the two of us. Like, I'm getting there, but, like, I was impressed. 90% of that we had the same things, man. So I was
We
pretty
did
happy
have a
with
lot.
that.
I was impressed when you said cinnamon. I was like,
Yeah. I'm getting there. I'm getting there, bro.
Josephus says, blame it on the rain, Milli Vanilli. So when you post the score, the song behind it needs to be Blame It on the Rain.
Will do. I got it. I'm writing that down.
All right, guys.
I will.
So make sure you got your hashtag Real Smoke in. Let me go ahead and start getting this up. Any other thoughts that you've got on that cigar while I do this?
No, I'm. You couldn't have said it better, man. The construction was immaculate on that. It was a great stick the whole way through. It's one that you don't have to think about much on what you're getting. I mean, it didn't have ridiculous transitions, but it had enough to keep you interested. So could not have said it any better myself. I definitely enjoyed it the whole way through, and yeah, man, I'd absolutely smoke that anytime. Very good cigar.
Yeah, definitely. It wasn't something that was crazy, but it wasn't boring. So anytime you can give me a cigar that doesn't bore me, I'm going to enjoy it. So
hells yeah.
So here's how this is going to work. Mick, go ahead and give us the lowdown on the Cigar Vault rules.
So starting this month of June, we started last week, that we are not going to give the same person a Cigar Vault gift in the same month. So if you won last week, you cannot win this week, which is Chris. Yes. So if Chris comes up, your name will still be in there for the Beard Apothecary stuff, but you're not going to win a Cigar Vault in the same month. For whatever reason, we have 20 new followers or new people watching during the week and or every episode, and the same people seem to win Cigar Vault. So we're trying to spread the love and show everybody how great Cigar Vault really is and their selection. So we are once a month. We're going to do it once a month and keep it going that way for now.
So that also goes with any of our other giveaways. So let's say you win Cigar Vault on this one. We had to take out the little check mark that says that only one person can win. That way, in case somebody does, let's say Chris wins Cigar Vault again, it doesn't kick him out. So we're only you can only win one item per week from us. So if Josephus comes up, he can't win both Cigar Vault and Beard Apothecary. We're just saying it that way. You have to be on here. You got to be live in the chat to win. You have if your name gets pulled up, you're going to have roughly about 30 seconds to say that you are here. Guys, do us a favor. Please keep the comments of congratulations down until that person says that they're here. That way we don't miss it and we don't get yelled at. Also, if you did put in hashtag Real Smoke, your name is on here. StreamYard has confirmed to us multiple times that even if you didn't see your name spin on there, that your name is on here if you typed everything in correctly. So the first one we're going to give away is the first $25 gift card for the Cigar Vault. And here we go.
Good luck, everybody.
Our first winner is going to be
Jordan.
JD. Jordan.
I guess we'll let him win, even though last week he said, "Welcome back, Charles." It's crazy.
All righty. So I am going. Yep. So let's go ahead and spin it again. Who we got? This is for the other $25 gift card to Cigar Vault. Guys, make sure that you're going out there and checking them out. Greg, you are our winner for this one. Greg says, hashtag Real Smoke. He's here, and he's still trying to enter so he can win. So we do have JD or Jordan and Greg on here. Guys, do me a favor. Send Mick or the podcast page your name, your address, your phone number, and your email address. That way he can get everything turned in. Don't send it to me because over the next 24 hours, I'll be doing work on the phone. I won't be looking and answering messages as much. Make sure you send it to the podcast page. So congratulations to Greg and to Jordan.
Oh,
We
yeah.
do have one more to give away, and it's going to be a random beard care product for Beard Apothecary. If you happen to win on here and you don't have a beard or don't use beard care product, if you have a beard and don't use beard care products, what's your problem? Use Beard Apothecary. But if for some reason you are one of our lovely ladies and your husband doesn't have a beard, tell him Happy Mother's Day. Just saying.
Bravo.
Anyways, let's go ahead and get, before we get too many people pissed off, let's go ahead and give the final product or final gift from Beard Apothecary. Happy Mother's Day to all y'all.
That's Sunday, right? Oh, wait, that's Father's Day. Wait, what?
All right, GC Gabriel.
Okay. Let's go.
Yeah, Father's Day is this week. Gabriel says he's here. There
Oh,
you
yeah.
go. Guys, also make sure, hopefully you guys are all in the continental United States, because I forgot to say, if it comes from mailing from us, we will only ship to somewhere in the continental United States, because if we ship anywhere else, it ain't getting there. I promise you that. So Gabriel says he is here. Gabriel, what I need you to do is go ahead and do the same thing I said to everybody else. Please send it to the podcast page. I know Mick's got to send it to me after that, but it's going to keep it where I will at least get it and not forget it. Again, everything will be sent out next week. The gifts from last week and the gifts from this week will be sent out next week. We always give everything. We ship every 2 weeks. So make sure that a 2-week cycle. So make sure you send Mick your name, address. All I need is your mailing name and address. I don't need anything else. So
Urine sample.
No, yeah, you send that to Mick. All right, so I got all of the people, all the winners in there. Let me go ahead and clear this screen and see if anybody. We got people saying stuff, so we'll see what everybody's saying. Stop screen. Let's bring us back. Or look, man, you got some crazy ass lightning going on.
Yeah, if I die on screen, it should bring a lot of views, I would say, hopefully.
We might actually go viral. Ever since my beard turned white, I play Ride the Lightning album. My wife knows what's up. Gotcha.
I know where that's going there, Joe Stevens.
Yeah. Great show, guys. Thanks for the prizes. Appreciate you. Congratulations, guys. Gotta bounce. Thanks for watching all the way over where you live, DJ Dessert 9000. Great show as usual. Man. And again, welcome Hayes Gray as a sponsor. Thanks for the prize.
Oh, yeah.
And Mick, I said I missed you on Facebook last week, so.
Okay. I'm sorry. All I heard was welcome back, Charles. I don't know, man. I miss you too. I can't wait to actually meet up and hang out and actually have a stick, JD Bear. You got to give good cuddles if your name's JD Bear.
I'll let you find that one out. So we did say that we had another sponsor coming on board, and this week it is a part-time sponsorship. We do hope that starting here soon that it is a full-time sponsorship. We just got to get the 100% confirmation from the gentleman, but we don't want to put words into his mouth or anything. So, Robert, make sure that you are letting us know how the evening's going and that you did not get kidnapped. We want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. We do have the cigar news part coming up here shortly in just a second. But cigar news tonight is going to be brought to you by Cigar Public, as well as this young man. The new segment of the Real Smoke Podcast is brought to you by 13 Knives. If you're still cutting your cigars with cheap Chinese-made cutters, it's time to grow up, damn it. Forget the cheap plastic junk. 13 Knives are handmade right here in the USA using 1095 high-carbon steel. Why? Because sharpness matters and so does quality. Robert's been making knives since 2016, backed by 33 years in high-end manufacturing, and by golly, it shows. Every cut is clean. Every blade is built to last. No gimmicks, no BS, just real steel, skill, and respect for the craft. And I will say, if you look at the picture on here, it's real steel, skill, and sex appeal. Look at this man. He stands behind every single blade he makes, whether you're a collector, a connoisseur, or just someone who wants their gear to match their grit. 13 Knives is for you. Follow him on Instagram at XII_knives_. Also, 10% of everything ordered in the month of June will go to help active duty, veterans, and first responders suffering with PTSD. So let's welcome one of our new sponsors, Robert Courtner with 13 Knives.
I have one question. Are you sure that's not fucking Fred Durst? I think it's Fred.
But from the things that I hear, I think he's did it for the nookie.
I think he did. Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm pretty sure that's a picture of Fred Durst. I could be wrong. I don't know, but all jokes aside, I will add on to that. His knives are unbelievable. Everything he does, man. It's fucking amazing. So yeah, great brother of ours. Thanks for sponsoring this, man. And hells yeah.
So coming up here over the next few weeks, we will start introducing not only Cigar Public news, but we will be introducing cigar news from around the cigar industry. That helps us be able to get out news from other sources, as well as news from other brands that people may be interested in. So the first one tonight is coming to you from, I believe it is Cigar Public. Yeah. Cigar Public is the first one that we are going to go to, and this one comes from Cigar Public and Joe Kinney. Pastania Cigars begins shipping the SBC24 to show customers. In a press release, June 10, 2025, Pastania Cigars announces that the SBC24 cigar will begin shipping this week to customers who placed orders during this year's trade show. The limited production SBC24 generated strong buzz at the show, with retailers and cigar enthusiasts eager to secure allocations of the latest release in the sought-after SBC series. SBC24 isn't a cigar we mass produce. It's built for the shops and the customers who truly understand what we do, says Mike Palmer, National Sales Manager of Pastania Cigars. If you were at the show and locked yours in, it's coming your way now. We don't hype. We don't chase trends. We build cigars that punch above their weight. And the SBC24 is no different. Shipments will begin going out this week, and retailers can expect to receive tracking information shortly. The Pastania SBC24 will be in a 5.5 by 46 Corona Gorda. That's a good size. Like all Pastania cigars, it is handmade at Fabrica de Tabaco, Nica Sueño S.A. in Esteli, Nicaragua. The cigar is a Mexican Habano Ecuadorian Connecticut barber pole wrapper with Nicaraguan binder and filler. Each cigar will have an MSRP of $17, and the production is limited to 500 boxes of 20 cigars. So huge thanks to Cigar Public and Joe Kinney for writing that one for us. That looks like a good cigar. I know we are already talking about doing a Pastania review here shortly.
Yes.
I enjoy their cigars a lot. Mike Palmer and Mike, I cannot pronounce the other Mike's last name. Stefan Cabbage, I think. I know I'm pronouncing it wrong. He would kill me for it. But Mike Palmer has already reached out a while back and said, hey, love to be on the thing. And just haven't really followed up much, but I guess that means I need to. So look forward to if I can find a shop that carries that one.
Absolutely. No, that's a good brand right there, man. So yeah, we definitely need to have them on, but we are going to be doing a review real soon with them, and yeah, excited to get into it.
So the next article comes by way of Half Wheel, written by Charlie Minato. West Tampa Tobacco Company releases Dark Time. Dude, look up the information on this one. I want the cutter. If anybody can get me the cutter that comes with this one, you will be. I'll give you a spot on the show for a night. We'll have a show and you'll get you on here. Go check this stuff out. At the 2025 PCA Convention and Trade Show, West Tampa Tobacco Company showed off a new limited edition release made at the Nicaraguan American Cigars SA factory in Esteli. Now that cigar ships to stores. It's called Dark Time, a 6x54 Toro Extra that uses U.S. broadleaf wrapped over an Ecuadorian Sumatra seed binder and fillers from the Dominican Republic and Nicaragua. Each cigar has an MSRP of $29.99, and the production is limited to 2,500 boxes of 10 cigars. Not many. Here's where it gets fun. Time is our most precious resource, and what better way to spend that time than sharing our finest cigar with family and friends, says Gus, co-founder of West Tampa Cigars. Each box comes with a double guillotine cutter that looks like and is inspired by a Rolex GMT watch. I
got to look this up.
Go to Half Wheel. Go look up that cigar, the box, the cutter. Dang. So, last one. Like I said, we're trying to spread the love a little bit. This one's coming from Cigar Dojo. Eric from Cigar Dojo writes this one. This is someone that we've talked about before when we talked to Pete with Tatawahe. Remember the picture of all of them? Well, he just, I guess, got a promotion in life. George Rico joins the PCA Board of Directors. In a press release, the Premium Cigar Association, also known as the PCA, has appointed George Rico of Gran Habano to its board of directors, filling the associate member position vacated by Max Bilcher, who recently resigned from both PCA board and the Rocky Patel Premium Cigars. President for the PCA Board of Directors commented, George brings a deep experience of the industry with him and has been working with the board already on several projects. He will be a great addition to the team. Joshua Habersky, Executive Director of the PCA, added, George is always willing to step up and do more for the organization and will push forth new ideas. He will be a great complement to our existing associate members on the board. I'm confident that his ideas will have a lasting impact on the association and the industry. Rico, selected by the PCA board to serve the remainder of the 25 to 28 term, expressed his gratitude. I would like to thank the board for their confidence in me today and for this great opportunity. I look forward to working with the PCA board and all the PCA members to explore new ideas that will help our treasured industry thrive and grow in the upcoming year. So I would say personally, from, he's one of the old school, new school guys. He was in that group with Tatawahe, with JD Drew, with Matt Booth.
Yep.
John Huber. He was he was one of the unusual suspects, I think the magazine called him. So look forward to seeing what he does with the PCA, and I'm sure he will be a great addition into all that.
Absolutely. New blood, man. Keeps us rolling.
Let's see, really quickly, couple comments on here before we wrap things up. JD says, I'm a good cuddler, I bet. Joseph says, always great show. Bring him back at the end was a nice treat. Hey, if it wouldn't have been for your comment saying something about it, I probably wouldn't. So you were the reason that one happened. Josephus also says, do the YouTube things, hit the like, the subscribe, and all that wonderful stuff. If you're on Facebook, make sure you're hitting that like as well. If you're on Rumble, make sure you're doing the same thing. Let's get those numbers up, because right now we're posting rookie numbers. Got to get those numbers up.
I will say we're like 3 away from 250 on YouTube. I know that's not that many subscribers, and I know a lot more people than that watch our show. But man, 250. I remember when we started this, we're like, man, if we get like 20 people that watch us religiously, I'm happy with that. We're up to 250 subscribers. That's pretty amazing. So like, hit that damn button if you like what we're doing. If you don't, hit it anyway and act like we're not here. I don't know, but either way, 250. Let's go.
We're at 248, so yeah, let's get it up there. If he did get taken, I have a special set of skills. Mitch says, "Kissy, kissy." No, don't do that with a cookie. They're having their own conversations. They've got to be.
I think they are.
Oh yeah, looks a lot like Durst. Heard he likes a chocolate starfish.
That's what he's doing right now. I got it. All right, cool.
So Ben says that too. Great news info. Mick, I owe you a big bear hug when we meet. Hope you aren't fragile. No, he likes to give big hugs.
I'm rough. It'll be all right. I can handle it.
Joseph says he's seen some guillotine cutters that were little models of actual guillotines with a basket for the head or the cap. That's cool. Did it work? Cool. Charles, getting the Widow Jane 13 in this week. Also some Bookers. Ooh, that Widow Jane is freaking fantastic and phenomenal. But can you get in the cigar sessions from Penelope? Try. We need it.
Yeah, we do. In
Love
2
the
weeks.
frogs in the background.
I can't. There's no geese today, but there's frogs. It's raining. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, never mind. I'm not going any deeper. I'm just gonna dig a deeper hole. It'll be all right.
All right, so we do got to get to the last segment, and it is Mick's favorite segment.
Hell's yeah.
So not only do we have some nice little music, but we also do have the official sponsor for Meanwhile in Memphis. Meanwhile in Memphis is brought to you by Hayes Gray Cigars. No fluff, no filler, just hard-hitting, hand-rolled heat. Veteran-owned and U.S.-made, these cigars are built for those who know value of quality and aren't afraid to burn it slow. These aren't some gas station cigars. Hayes Gray deliver bold flavors, a smooth draw, and a rock-solid construction that doesn't flinch. Whether you're posted up on the porch or in mid-conversation about how the world is going sideways, Hayes Gray cigars don't miss. So if you're done with weak smoke and weak excuses, light up something real, light up some Hayes Gray. Grab yours now at wardogsbc.com or follow them on Instagram at Hayes_Gray_cigars. So huge thanks to Hayes Gray for all the love that you guys are giving us. Are you ready to move in to some Meanwhile in Memphis?
Absolutely. I just don't know if everybody's ready.
Meanwhile in Memphis, the sky turns wild. Stray gators and pools running free and wild. Some guys wearing mud boots with a suit on trial. Meanwhile in Memphis, let's stay here a while. Meanwhile in
I still love how your picture of this is the exact words to this. It's got the dude with alligators and bug boots, and
yeah, it's just beautiful. I still say that song's going to go viral, man. We got to get it out here somehow. I don't know. Maybe I need to
It's on YouTube under our playlist. The actual full version of that song. If you go to our YouTube and look up cigar music or podcast music, there is the actual music to that on there, so you can actually play all of the songs that we play on here.
Oh yeah, and I need to get it out in the city of Memphis. They may not find it as amusing as us, but I swear somehow or another this thing's going to go viral. I just don't know how. So tonight's Meanwhile in Memphis. I'm going to preface this by saying I actually watched the news tonight, which I never do. I usually get all my stuff online, and there were 3 stories of bank robberies and shootings and craziness, and then they followed it up by saying how far numbers are down this year for violent crime in the city of Memphis. It was like 6 stories in a row of the craziness, and then the 7th story was crime is down. So, interesting start tonight. Yeah. So, my first story, Memphis man with 42 warrants was on probation for previous theft, records show. For more than a year, Memphis police say this man racked up 42 warrants for thefts across stores in the city. This weekend, MPD Fugitive Unit took this guy into custody. Sergeant Craig Brown said is the lead investigator with the Department of the Shoplifting team. He sat down with Fox 13 on Monday to discuss the retail crime and this guy. We started seeing him in April when he started hitting our area, and then it just progressed. It became literally multiple times per week, Brown said. Brown said it ranged from stores within the Appling precinct to other parts of town. Sometimes this man would allegedly steal from more than one store in one day. One of his favorite was Bath and Body Works. That's where they first identified him. It started there and at the New Balance store, and then it started progressing. records show that since January 2025, he was accused of stealing more than $6,000 worth of laundry detergent from multiple Family Dollars across the city. That was my favorite line. Who the fuck needs $6,000 worth of laundry detergent? Like, what are you doing with it? Am I missing something?
He's going on Craigslist.
I don't know. I don't understand. Like, what do you need that for?
Dang it, Bobby.
He also allegedly stole more than $5,000 worth of items from Bath and Body Works, more than $1,000 from clothes from City Gear, and $2,000 in merchandise from Lowe's and Hibbett Sports. It got to a point where people knew who he was. When you have a store clerk call and say he's here again right now stealing, and they're fearful, they don't know what to do about it. He said these crimes are nonviolent, but they affect us all to register as it increases prices for everyone. Everything in there, I mean, obviously the dude just loves to steal shit, but what are you doing with $6,000 worth of laundry detergent? That was his highest number on that whole thing. It's crazy.
He's got a lot of dirty clothes.
Possibly. He's due in court Tuesday morning for a bond hearing.
Nice.
The next one. Man steals truck with $68,000 worth of cereal inside, police say. Memphis, Tennessee. Police arrested a cereal thief Monday morning. The Memphis Police Department said $68,000 worth of cereal was inside a 2022 Freightliner Caseta truck stolen from the parking lot of North Memphis on June 8th. These thieves caused $10,000 in damages to property while stealing the truck, according to police. The next day, authorities tracked down the truck in a strip mall of Hacks Crossing Road. Deputies saw 4 people inside of the stolen truck. They all ran except for one, who was found in the truck's sleeper cab, sleeping along 6 boxes of cereal.
Good grief.
You can't make that up. Just can't make it up. Along with the $68,000 worth of stolen cereal, police say the stolen truck was worth $80,000, and the chassis and containers are worth $20,000. So ultimately, that was about $180,000 robbery of cereal. I just get this visual of the dude sleeping with 6 boxes of cereal in a sleeper cab.
He must Captain Crunch.
He's really got to love cereal. All right, and so the last.
Hey, he's someone that says cereal is a soup.
He would absolutely agree with me. He's probably the only one. If you saw the mugshot, you'd probably, yeah. All right, so here's the last one. Great. Local Memphis news reporter was carjacked right outside of downtown Memphis.
This made news out my way.
You heard about this one?
Yeah.
So a local television reporter was carjacked at a mobile gas station near E.H. Crump, according to the statement by the MPD. Officers responded to a carjacking at the scene of the 800 block South 3rd Street Tuesday morning on June 10th. Sounds like there's one going on right now in the background. Preliminary information found that the person responsible is black man 6 feet tall. Oh, he was possibly wearing a black headscarf, a white jacket, a gray shirt, and black pants. Great description.
Yeah.
The victim of the carjacking was identified as the WEG reporter Mike Seriani, according to the station's website. He was not hurt, according to the report. It was a 2016 RAV4. He was pumping gas. They stole the car. And just an update on this one. Today, the guy was arrested, still driving the car with the big WREG sign on the side of the car. He didn't even attempt to have anything done. He was driving it downtown today, the news reporter's car, and it still had all the shit in it. But he was arrested, taken in. But when you're taking a car that's that identifiable, you really don't give a fuck. It's pretty impressive.
Doug, Mick, they're coming for you.
Yeah, they might be. But no, it's been a crazy news week, man. That was, I think, my top 3. The cereal one made me chuckle. I thought they were all pretty good, but I'm again going to say thank you, Hayes Gray. And man, a permanent sponsor for Meanwhile in Memphis. It's phenomenal, and hopefully we do you guys some justice, and we appreciate what you're doing for us.
So hopefully you guys enjoyed the ad read. I'll try not to bumble it up too much, but it usually takes me a couple of times, and we'll eventually get it into probably an automated read as well. But huge thanks to Hayes Gray for.
Meanwhile in Memphis, the sky turns wild. Stray gators and pools running free and wild. Some guys wearing mud boots with a suit on trial. Meanwhile in Memphis, let's stay here a while.
That was good.
So yeah, go check it. Go check out the full song on our YouTube page. I do believe it's on there. I think I put it on there because that's the only way I can get it to Mick for him to listen to it before I do these things. So. What do we got left? Nothing except to say thanks to everybody who jumped on here to watch us tonight. It started out incredibly dysfunctional. Mick getting rained on, his internet going nuts, my internet not staying active at all. I mean, it cut me out. It literally just ended my internet twice during the show. So there's 30 minutes of an episode that I didn't even get to listen to him speak.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting when I listen to this one back because I want to see how that first 30 minutes actually sounded on the other end. We apologize to Mark for that and to all of our great sponsors. I did not expect it to rain this much. And the part I didn't tell you, when I finally got inside and got my computer set up, it said it's in the middle of an update. It'll be ready in 42 minutes. That's when I gave up and went to my phone. So like
yeah,
I couldn't stop it.
Frustrated.
I was ready to throw it. I was ready to lose my mind.
Yeah. Well, thanks to everybody. Thanks for Mark for jumping on here with us. We appreciate you doing that one. Thanks to our new sponsors. We greatly appreciate you. It looks like technically the only spot that we have left is we have a guest sponsorship for our prizes. And we're going to keep that one open. We're not going to book it. And it's just going to be like if Mark does Cati Cigars, he's going to be the guest sponsor for that night for that one. Or if, Rebellion does one. So by the way, we got some great episodes coming up. The next episode is next Thursday. We got Zach and Andre with HDA Cigars coming on. We're going to be smoking the Veiled Mutiny. If you haven't had that cigar, I will tell you it's already a great cigar. So it's probably going to get a halfway decent score. And we've got a lot of good ones coming up. We've signed a lot of good ones. I would say we got 2 coming up. We've got 3 big ones, big ones coming up. We in July, the 1st of July, when we get back at going at things, we will have Sin and Joshua Coburn of Dissident Cigars, Lee Marsh of Stolen Thrones, and Donnie, who does a lot with Penelope. They're going to get on here and do their first interview and talk about Penelope Cigar Sessions. And how they collabed with them and how long it took and all that. So that's going to be a great episode. We booked an episode in December and have another men's mental health month coming up. And we are having the Doc come back. We are having Bryce come back, but we added another person. So if you are a fan of Josh Coburn, it's going to be his second appearance on the show. So he's going to join us then. And then in August, is it? We will celebrate 1 year of podcast history. So we will have another friends and family herf that will probably be just as ridiculous as the last one. So,
yeah, we're going to be soon reaching out looking for a sponsor for that one. So let us know. We'll first come, first serve, but we're going to put that out pretty soon. But now we got some big people coming up, and we're working on some big stuff for. Charles tasked me with booking September. I'm working on September right now. We said we weren't going out that far, but I'm starting to work on some things. So we're putting together some pretty good shows, and we appreciate all you guys staying with us and really supporting everything we're doing. And give us feedback, man, good or bad. Like, we want to know what you guys think, and we're just having fun doing it. And, almost a year, man. It's been a great ride so far. We've come a long way. I had to go back to old school tonight and go with the phone because I fucked up my computer. But other than that, we've come a long way, man. I'm excited to see what the future brings and just keep this thing rolling.
Yeah, we'll be we're going to look for one major cigar sponsor for the evening. We're still going to have Cigar Vault, but it's going to be Cigar Vault and our whoever sponsors, and we'll talk to them if they're into it. But we're not asking to sponsor money. We're asking we want to be able to share your cigar with the people who's going to join us. So possibly looking for cigars and things like that. And then from any other brand who is a part of us, if you want to donate anything as a prize, you don't have to send it to us. You just tell us what you're donating and you can send it to them. So if you're wanting to donate a hat, if you're wanting to donate a 5-pack, if you're wanting to donate cutters and lighters, if you want to donate a box of matches, hell, I don't care. If you're willing to donate something for prizes, what we'll do is we will get together and we will start a list. And Mick is going to go ahead and jump on that here shortly and just reach out to anybody. But if you are one of the brand owners and want to be the main sponsor for that evening, reach out to Mick. And the best way to get a hold of him is on the podcast page. So he runs that one. So so some good things coming up. We got some more people we've already booked. So you'll be able to find that out by looking shortly on our YouTube page. And it'll just be on the live events for the scheduled things to come. But we have, of course, we have the rest of May booked. We have June booked, and we have July booked. And I think
right about 50, man. 50 episodes.
Yeah,
crazy.
We have August booked.
Yeah, we do.
So, yeah,
exciting,
we're in the mid-40s right now.
Exciting.
Cool.
I appreciate everybody that tuned in, and as always, take time this week, smoke a cigar with someone you love, and thanks for everything you guys do for tuning in and supporting us, and let's keep this thing rolling.
Guys, we appreciate everything that you guys have done for us, and we absolutely love it. So we will see you guys next week, same bat time, same bat channel, and hopefully with less freaking interruptions and distractions. Everybody have 100%. A great night. We'll see you.
See ya.
Thank you for tuning in. The Real Smoke Podcast makes us all grin. You light us up, you keep us strong. Cheers to you, we raise the song. Conversations deep, the stories fly. Ashes fall, with spirits high. The gas is rolling, the bitters flow. You've kept us burning, don't let it go. Thank you for tuning in. The Real Smoke Podcast makes us all grin. You light us up, you keep us strong. Cheers to you.